Well, hello, friends. It's early as shit here in the mountains of western North Carolina. Not quite as early for our Canadian friend. I am the Mullet Man. He is the Canadian. And it's a London day.
It's a London day.
How you feeling this morning there, Mr. Armchair?
I have power, and I'm not Amish anymore, so I'm pretty pumped about it. It's a London day, though, which means that we're going to have a low-scoring garbage game across the pond.
Which is hot. Just awesome. And we already have breaking news, no Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. So if you have any Saints, Jarvis Landry, I guess?
Chris Olave.
Chris Olave.
It's a Chris Olave day, baby. Let's go.
That's, I would be... The Vikings are going to be super chalk. If you're playing in one of the captain games, I guess there's no early slate on DraftKings, but if you're playing in one of the captain games, Chris Olave might be the way to go. You need someone that's not going to burn you.
If you're playing in the captain's choice, first of all, I'm going to ask why.
Why?
Don't do that. Those are a pain in the arse, and I hate them. But I will go contrarian and say my captain's choice would be the Saints defense.
Yeah, okay. I'm in on it. I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring game.
I don't either. I think this game is going to be gross and hard to watch, and I'm really glad it's behind my head instead of in front of my face.
I've never been I love the fact that the game is trying to grow overseas. I always wonder if the reason they chose these teams is because of the rights maps that the NFL publishes. You know about the rights maps?
I do.
Internationally, teams can purchase markets where they can market their team. So I wonder if it's the right map. I don't know if this is why you would want to do this. Someone loses a home game, and usually I don't remember a time where we've seen just a straight up shootout.
A barn burner. I remember the Jets played in one of these that I got just housed the night before.
Yeah.
And I made a breakfast casserole in a crock pot. And I thought that would be fun times. The problem is that I didn't wake up. And by the time I woke up, I had I will be nice and say I had an inedible egg concoction.
Gross.
It was not good. It was awful. And that shit was burned to the inside of my crock pot for like 2 years. I could not get the stain of it off. There was just a yellow egg ring of death.
You know why Jeremy does the Uber Eats? The DoorDash and the Skip? This is why.
Yeah, because Jeremy cooks very few things. I was with Asheville Police Chief David Zach last night. There's a bar in my neighborhood that it's Village Porch. I live in the neighborhood that bar is in. And he called me and said, I have to get out of the house. I have been in this house for 2 solid days, and I have to get out. So I went down and obviously consumed some domestic lights. Very impressed by myself that I got up at 6 o'clock this morning to get all of these things put together. So I made a pot of chili, which is one of the few things that I cook really well. I drilled the biggest bowl of chili you have ever seen in your life, and I only vaguely remember doing it. I woke up this morning, the bowl was sitting on my coffee table, and I went, Jesus, no wonder I have heartburn so bad I can't breathe.
I once won an incentive to go see Jerry Seinfeld do stand-up, and some bevies were consumed after because it was a corporate deal, and we were in a town we didn't really know that well, and my buddy and I decided we were going to get Subway on the way home. He's like, I'm going to get a foot-long meatball sub, and I've never understood the meatball sub. It's never been the sub for me. He took one bite and he goes, "Oh, you can have it. Here you go, some meatball sub, foot-long meatball. Why do you want a meatball?"
I like the meatball.
I don't get it.
I wouldn't eat at Subway. If you gave me a Subway sandwich, I'm Seacrest out.
Yeah,
I will never understand in a world where we have Jersey Mike's and Firehouse how people still go to Subway.
Makes no sense.
And I'm waiting for the day that they call me and say, hey, we would like to sponsor your show. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because I've talked shit about your product for about 4 solid years now.
Oh, yeah.
But we're here to talk about fantasy football. Most of you that I see in the chat, you know how this rolls. If you super chat, obviously, that is the first question we will answer. Then we will answer queries from the House of Reprehensibles. If you click the little join button underneath our lovely shining faces, you can become one of those for the low, low price of $2.99, I think. $1.99.
It just auto bills me now.
It's a couple dollars and some cents. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's not much.
And then if you're new to the program, we will also answer your questions as well. So first question of the day, Rob Johnson asked, Jacoby Brissett, Carson Wentz, or Kirk Cousins?
It's got to be Cousins, right?
Today I'm going to say no. I have Carson Wentz.
Really?
Yeah, I like Washington way more than everybody else does today.
I don't. Although they're playing Cooper Rush.
Yeah. Mean guy.
Carson Wentz is probably my number 2 out of that list. I would avoid Jacoby Brissett unless you absolutely had to.
There's something horribly weird about that Falcons-Browns game. The sheer fact the Browns are a 1-point dog, or only a 1-point favorite, excuse me, there's something weird about that.
Yeah. Pitwinkle says Mariota over Lawrence has to be the right call. I disagree wholeheartedly.
I like Mariota a lot today.
I am heavy on T-Law today.
I like
I know that we've got some early games and we probably want to talk about the early game a little bit, but Philadelphia is missing a big piece of that secondary. And
Avonte Maddox.
Well, yeah. So we move Slay, and then you're looking at a T-Law Christian Kirk game. I think it's going to be a bigger shootout than we think. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
See, I think the Jaguars get absolutely smoked.
I think Philly wins. I think Philly wins outright.
I think Jacksonville gets just smoked. I don't want shit to do with them.
No, I'm taking it. I'm taking Lawrence and I'm taking Kirk. They're low owned. It's contrarian as hell.
I'm looking at my rankings for the day. Where do you have Trevor Lawrence today?
He's top 10 for me.
He's 19 for me.
I mean, I have
a couple quarterbacks I like better than him today. Geno Smith.
Yeah, no way.
I have a sneaky weird feeling that Geno Smith might be in the millionaire lineup today. He's so damn cheap, and I have no idea how they're going to defend DK Metcalf.
Oh, there's no way. You have to take DK today.
They're just so bad against good receivers. And today they have nothing. It's a formerly fat Jamal Williams day.
Yeah, they have nothing.
Today, anytime formerly fat Jamal Williams' name is mentioned, a bell rings and a fantasy angel gets its wings. And it's going to be a fuck ton. If you don't have him in DraftKings, you're good. I really want you to explain that 17 words or less. Tank chimed in, who is not here yet, and said, turn David's pot up if you can. It's on the other side. That's usually what you do. And I only vaguely know what that means.
I'll just eat my mic for Tank.
There you go. Just eat it.
We're professionals. I don't know if you know this.
We're pros.
We are pros.
We are pros. It's what we do. But to answer the original question, I would go Wentz, then Cousins, Brissett a distant 3, and I'll be honest with you, I like Marcus Mariota better than all 3 of them.
I can't get behind the Mariota thing. I can't. And that
can you name the pass rushers for the Cleveland Browns today?
No, of course I can't, because Cleveland's dog water.
Their front 4 is so bad. It will be a Alex Wright, Das Wunderkind, a kid that I really liked out of UAB, but I did not like him to play this year, and he has been shitty. And I don't know who the other one will be, because Jadeveon Clowney's not going to play, I don't think. I would be nominally surprised if he played. And even if he does, he's not a good pass rusher.
Just for argument's sake, the projected ownership from RotoWire for quarterbacks, Mariota is number 2.
On DraftKings today?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it.
Mariota is going to be owned heavy. And then it is a whole lot of like Jalen Hurts. So Josh Allen's number 1, which
he should be.
Zero button. Jalen Hurts is number 3. And then it gets real weird real fast. Mitch Trubisky, Derek Carr.
Bad call.
Danny Dimes, Lamar, Aaron Rodgers, and T-Law.
So you're looking on RotoWire?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm on Fantasy Pros. And there are 4 quarterbacks that are projected to be rostered in more than 5% of lineups. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Mitch Trubisky, and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
They have Mariota somewhere in the 1 to 5% range. And if you tell me he's 1 to 5% owned, he'll be in every fucking DK lineup I play.
100%. He has to be if he's 1 to 5% owned.
And I'll be honest with you. Battle of the Belts. If you want in on that, all you have to do is win a week to get into the finals to be crowned Beer City's first fantasy football champion. Link is in the description. Just go right to the lovely DraftKings. Throw in your lineup and let's roll. Justin Parton asked what I think will be a very consistent question over the day. Flex spot: Cordero, Patterson, Damien Pierce, or Tony Pollard. For me, Tony Pollard is not a distant 3, but a pretty solid 3.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Cordero will be my 2 solely because he's hurt. And I don't know how much workload he's going to get. I am hammered on Damien Pierce today.
We've been on Pierce, though, to be fair.
Because he's good at footballs.
He is good at footballs.
He is very good at the footballs.
And the Chargers have an awful run defense right now.
He's also to me, he's a cheat code on DraftKings. Because nobody's going to play him.
Yeah. $5,600 and nobody's going to play him.
And nobody's going to play him against a dog shit defense. I don't care if they put 10 people in the box. I could give a fuck less. They're not good.
Yeah, they're not.
And with no Bosa, they're going to be markedly worse.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment.
So for me, I would go Damien Pierce, then Cordero Patterson, with a distant Tony Pollard. Tank asking us for fantasy advice, which is, for some reason, that's funny to me. I don't know why.
It's about time, to be honest with you. He should have been doing this a long time.
100%. You know what else he should do? Draft better. Romeo Doubs or Jarvis Landry. I'm not sure how much you're actually going to get out of Jarvis Landry today. I know he's hurt. I just don't know how bad.
You have to play Doubs. You have to play Doubs.
I agree. And Romeo Doubs, to me, is a no-doubt DraftKings play.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that.
He's cheap as shit, and he's the one against New England. All right, and Armchair, you're a Patriots guy.
I am.
So tell me how you think the cornerback wide receiver matchups go, because you have one good corner.
Honestly, I don't see this going well at all. I don't see they can't cover.
Well, here's my question: who gets Jalen Mills? That's who I want. I feel like Jonathan Jones is going to be on the Lazard King.
It would probably have to be at this point. He's the only one that's shown any flash. I know that they really like what the rookie has done.
Miles Bryant.
Yeah, but it's not enough.
And he's a slot guy.
And you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed on it. So
he's very slotty.
Yeah.
Let me look
we love slotty guys, but just not in this case.
Let's say I love slotty girls. I'm not a big fan of slotty guys.
Well,
I think Jeffrey Dahmer was though.
In this instance, we like slotty guys.
By the way, have you watched the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary?
I watched the first episode of it.
Did you tap after one?
No, I just have 100 things to watch.
Oh.
Way too much to watch. And, we didn't have power for...
Amy, she knew nothing about Jeffrey Dahmer, and she's like, we could watch that. My first question was, how much of this do you know? She said, I know he killed people. End of message, repeat the line. And so the entire thing, I'm sitting here like this, just waiting for her reaction.
Yeah, it's look, the first episode was great. I think the doc has got a lot of love, but
It's so well done. When we got to the he's drilling holes in people's heads and filling it with boiling water to turn them into zombies. I wish I could have screenshotted that face and made it the background on my phone. Let's see, Rob Johnson, super chat. I have a button for that.
I'm here for the gangbang.
That's not the one I was looking for.
I'm your Huckleberry.
There it is. Flex, Pollard, J.K. Dobbins, Damian Harris, Juju Smith-Schuster. For me, it can't be Damian Harris because he is in the definition of a dime split.
He is 100%. I think that the Patriots will run fine today. I just think that you're going to see like a 50-50, and whoever gets the tutty chance is going to take the most points. It's not worth it.
I think it's cute that you think you're going to have a touchdown chance.
I think we'll get a touchdown.
I think you are going to get scattered, smothered, and fucking covered, diced and chunked.
We'll lose, but I don't think we'll get 50-point or anything like that. We won't get blown out.
Oh, let's see. What was my projection on the score in that game? Let's see here. Oh shit, that's the wrong page. Talk amongst yourselves.
It's probably J.K. Dobbins in the flex there for Rob. Juju's.
Yeah, I have you losing this game 34-6.
Ooh, 6. He gave us a whole 6.
It was 2 field goals.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who did he ask me? Who did he ask back again?
Pollard, J.K., Harris, and Juju.
Okay, it's not Juju.
No, it's J.K. Dobbins.
I think you're right. I would go J.K. It's close with Pollard though. The thing about Pollard that drives me crazy is that he doesn't get the workload that he deserves because he's clearly the better of the two backs.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, let's see. Back to Jonathan Welch said Zay Jones to the moon. I'm not gonna lie, I like him a lot today. If I'm playing a Jaguars, Zay Jones.
He is the cheap.
He's cheap, and for whatever reason, the DFS sites have not figured out that Trevor Lawrence just loves him. He wants the two of them to have sleepovers and brush their hair together. Everybody's talked about his love for Christian Kirk. Nobody's talking about his love for Zay Jones.
I mean, Zay Jones is $4,200,
which is stupid. Zay Jones today in my ranks is. Good God, I'm playing him ahead of so many good receivers. He's in the 30s for me. He's in the high 30s actually. Well, low 30s. I have him ahead of DJ Moore, I'll put it that way.
RotoWire has him at 9% owned.
And that's in season-long leagues?
No, daily.
Oh, that makes me like him a little less.
They have, well, okay, hold on. I haven't taken out anybody that's out. Amon-Ra is out, DJ's out. DJ Chark is out, sorry.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions are they're going to be they sent me an email and asked, "Can you get to Detroit? We heard you have good hands and luxurious hair."
All facts.
While you're looking that up, Colin Greene asked, "Start DK or Christian Kirk?" I would go DK today. Stephen Westbrook had a good point of there's rain in the forecast there, so that the shooty out matchup of Philly-Jacksonville, I don't see it.
Damn it. You had to throw a forecast in on me.
I did. Weather's the thing. Now, here's what I will say. Based on how the weather in North Carolina has gone, I would trust nothing that a meteorologist ever says because they're all full of shit. Hurricane Holy fucking Moses here was supposed to dump 14 inches of rain. It rained for 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'll go DK over Kirk. And his other question was flex Palmer or Garrett Wilson.
Ooh.
See, I'm going to have to defer that one to you because I can't be rational. That's you asked me about two of my great loves. That's like asking to choose. That's like asking me to choose between children. I can't do that.
You finally got Wilson back today?
He hadn't missed any games. Oh, we got Zach Wilson back. God, that's going to irritate the shit out of me. Yeah, we have Zach Wilson back, which actually makes me like Garrett Wilson less and Elijah Moore more.
Yeah, I think that I'm on Palmer today.
I think I'm going to go Palmer there too. It's close.
Not by much. No, not by much. It's pretty close.
Kelvin Joyner. Morning, folks. Y'all got Jimmy G or Cousins today?
Do you have to?
My question would be, is Marcus Mariota readily available in your league?
Do you have to?
Poor Jimmy G.
The disrespect around this place is ending today.
If that's for daily, don't touch him.
Yeah, if it's daily, do not either of those things.
Do better.
But now, if you're in a league, my question would be, is Mariota? Number one question is Mariota available? Because I love him. Love him today.
I'm going to have to change I'm looking at my process now because weather forecast is going to impact that greatly.
But to answer Kelvin's question, if you had to play one of the two, I'll go Kirk Cousins, but I don't love it.
No.
I don't have Cousins as a QB1 today, and I don't like Justin Jefferson either. I mean, I know if you got him in a league, you have to play him, you're stuck with it, but Marshawn Lattimore is going to follow him around like a kid with a balloon.
Yeah.
And I'm Seacrest out on that. Matt Stifler, welcome in. We're like an AA meeting for sports. Feel free to throw your drug of choice into the comments. Mine has always been Devontae Parker. Do I sit Olave with Winston out? Hell no. I love Chris Olave today.
Do not sit Olave.
Could start Brandon Cooks or Garrett Wilson in his place. I have Olave ahead of both.
Yep. Yeah, Olave is going to get play. He's going to get toe today.
Oh, yeah. Chris Olave is going to be the golden child because he may be the only living, breathing piece of the Saints that's up and in a uniform today. And I know somebody's going to say, well, that means he's going to get number one coverage. Yeah, but it's number one coverage from the Vikings. Do you remember what Jalen Hurts did to them? I'm not saying Andy Dalton's going to do that. I just think Olave could have a good day.
Olave will be fine.
Eric Miller, flex Michael Carter or Isaiah McKenzie. For me, it's Isaiah McKenzie, and it's not all that close.
Yeah.
I like the Jets running backs today, but I love Isaiah McKenzie. Asheville Police Chief David Zach, diehard Bills fan, and who gets very good Bills information, said Isaiah McKenzie's name to me no less than 6 times last night over domestic lights.
I know that you already did your prediction show. How do you think that game goes?
Bills-Ravens?
Yeah.
The world is on Buffalo, which means I'm on Baltimore. I think it's a shootout to high holy hell.
I don't understand why Lamar is not getting more love here.
He's getting – are you talking about for DraftKings?
Yeah.
He's getting silent love. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be stupidly high owned. It will be raining in Baltimore. And I think people are low-key doing this with Lamar where they don't want to admit that's who they're playing. Because I will bet you $1 to a dickhole, the highest-owned combo in DraftKings this week is Lamar Jackson with Mark Andrews with the safeties out for Buffalo and Stephon Diggs on the other side playing the shootout.
Yeah.
I'll bet you that combo is 10% owned.
I don't doubt it.
And then probably 15 to 20% owned individually, which makes me want none of them.
No, Lamar's going to have a good day.
Lamar's going to have a good day, but I'm not sure that he outscores Marcus Mariota by enough to justify his price. Oh, hold on.
What do we got there?
That was Kevin Vick, who wanted to chuck out there that our shade on his college team is the last need that we needed. Fuck Clemson. They cost me a lot of money last night. But good win. Good for you. Great. I fell asleep drunk. Piss off. Pennywise, flex Dotson or Juju? For me, it's Jahan Dotson's not close.
Yeah. So you think that Wentz is going to have a day?
I do. Look, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys defense is good. I think Micah Parsons is great.
Yes.
But I could easily see a path that Trayvon Diggs bites on something and McLaurin F5 hits a big old biggin, or F1 or whatever the fuck his little nickname
F1.
is. F1.
Yep.
I don't know what F5 is an airplane.
Yes.
And I could see either Jahan Dotson or Curtis Samuel having a big day. I'm not sure which one it is. I mean, frankly, it could be both. I like Washington a ton today.
I have a hard time seeing it because of what they've been doing. Wentz to me is that he's going to get you garbage points. In DFS, Wentz is an easy play because he'll score.
So you say what they've been
in the fourth quarter.
All right, so I want to deep dive on what you just said on what Washington's been doing. All right, elaborate on that.
They haven't been good.
They got smoked on the road by the Lions, but they showed some fight, and that's a good Lions team that was full strength.
But they always show fight in the fourth quarter. Third quarter, fourth quarter, down by 20 plus. All of a sudden, it's like, let's throw the ball and get back into it. The game plan is either awful or they don't let Wentz do what he needs to do in the first half of games.
I feel like the last 2 weeks have skewed the fact that this team did beat a good Jacksonville team week 1.
This team should beat better teams. This team should be better than it is.
I would agree. I think they're better than the Dallas Cowboys. Fact or fiction?
They are.
Especially with old mean, playing quarterback.
They should beat the Cowboys today.
I agree. And by the way, just for posterity's sake, the money is damn near 50-50 in that game. 3/4 of the tickets are on the Cowboys. What does that tell you? The Sharps are on Washington.
Absolutely.
And I'm
Dotson,
heavy on
for what it's worth, 4,300 on DraftKings.
And I keep coming back to him. He's in way more lineups than I'm proud of today. Because it is so hard to find a cheap receiver today that I even half-ass like. Outside of the ones we've already talked about, Dubs, Dotson, Isaiah McKenzie. And I'm sure somebody's going, well, that seems like a lot of options. Well, I play a lot of DraftKings lineups, okay?
I don't know if you know this, but
I don't know if you know this about me, but Daddy's got a little bit of a gambling problem.
We play the lineups.
Yeah. Also refers to him in the third person as Daddy, which is also a bit of a problem.
We come in here and we give you some information. That's half of what we're doing.
Correct. Anthony Hurt asked Titans or Colts?
Colts.
I'm not going to lie to you. I do not remember who I took in that game. I know what my process was, though, and I'll bet you I can figure it out. I do not, for the life of me, remember who I took in this game because I want absolutely not shit to do with it for fantasy football.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it.
I think I took the Colts to win, but the Titans to cover.
That makes sense.
Because it's 3.5, and I had this. The line's is too high. I think the Colts win by field goal. It's at home. If it was in Tennessee, I'd say the Titans win by field goal. Those two teams are very close to each other.
I think that's a fair assessment.
No Smiles asked Elijah Moore, Traylon Burks, or Romeo Dubs.
Maybe Dubs.
Oh, there's no doubt for me.
Yeah,
I'm going my road dog, Romeo Dubs. Of which, from now on, that's how I'm going to say his name for any time his name comes up.
It's the new T. Chiggins.
The Thiggins?
T. Chiggins.
By the way, if you listen to my advice on the Thiggins, you're welcome. Maybe chuck a little super chat in the comments. Maybe show a little appreciation. No big deal. I will go Romeo Dubs. I'll go Romeo Dubs, Elijah Moore, Traylon Burks.
Yeah, I don't see how Burks is going to get a ton. He's probably got to be the third in that list. Where does he get the? Who's he drawing?
Traylon Burks.
Yeah.
Let's look and see, shall we? I love how much information I have at my fingertips. It just takes me so long to get to it.
Well, you know. Look.
All right, Burks will be playing on the outside predominantly. I would say Woods. He will draw. probably a good bit of Kenny Moore. I'd say Gilmore probably plays on Robert Woods. That's a better matchup for him. So probably Kenny Moore, who is a better corner than he has played to start this year.
I don't really love either of those, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on Tubbs or on Traylon Burks today. Fam first with a super chat.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Olave or Bateman, Conklin or Tunyon. Conklin over Tunyon, and that one's not close. I don't think that one's even vaguely close.
And then it's Olave.
And I'm with you there. I don't think that one's vaguely close either. I'm going Olave. Look, I know I've said I want every piece of Baltimore and Buffalo. The rain's making me a little nervous, and it's, I still like the game, don't get me wrong. But
are you going running backs in that Baltimore game then? I think it's just going to be someone's got to throw the ball.
Somebody's got to throw the ball.
And Buffalo doesn't have a run game.
They do. They do. They just don't do it enough. You know what? I'm glad you said it. Low-key, Devin Singletary. He's getting the snap share.
He's bound to break out at some point.
Well, I mean, at some point, just being on the field that much, you're going to do something, whether you meant to or not. And I don't have Buffalo's snap count pulled up in front of me. All right, so last week, in the 90-snap game for the Buffalo Bills, how many snaps do you think Devin Singletary played? With James Cook and Zach Moss both up.
60?
You're too low. 67.
Wow.
Yeah, you could do worse than Devin Singletary today.
Singletary's not too bad.
I have a feeling we'll dig deeper into that later in the program.
5,900 on DraftKings for Singletary.
I'm doing a lesser job than Tank of keeping up with the questions, so I promise you we will get to them. I'm just a little slower than Tank usually is, who should be here within the hour. Greg Chirinkin, please tell me in the comments if I said that correctly. I don't want to butcher anybody's name. Start one PPR, Mark Ingram, Ramondre Steven, Travis Etienne.
Oh.
I have a dedicated lean here, but I want to see if yours is the same as mine. It's not. It sure as hell ain't Mark Ingram.
No, it's probably Etienne at this point.
I would say I would go Ramondre.
Would you?
I think Ramondre has a better chance of getting in the end zone. Travis Etienne's snap count just is weird to me.
It's all over the place, and it depends on what happens with Robinson.
He's never played week one. He played more snaps than Robinson. Robinson has dog walked him in the other two, and that was two games that they won, that's hard for me to understand. I would think you would be trying to acclimate him. So I will go Ramondre 1, Etienne 2, Mark Ingram a distant 3. Adam Black said, ownership is the reason to fade Williams. I'm going to assume you're talking about formerly fat Jamal Williams. Over the course of the show, every time we mention his name, that bell rings and a fantasy angel gets its wings. I don't care if you could tell me he was 99% owned. I do not give a shit. He is too cheap for the workload he's going to get. And I'll be honest with you, the way Detroit plays, anytime either one of those running backs is out, I'm playing the other one.
I think you have to, don't you?
I would agree. Sonoman had an injury, had to make a last-second waiver ad. Should I play Landry or Mack Hollins? I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going with this, but I just want to be sure.
I might go Mack Hollins.
I'm going Mack Hollins.
Yeah.
I'm going Mack Hollins. I don't know how many snaps you're getting out of Landry today. He's hurt. This game's going to be weird. Plus, that gives you more grab-ass time for us to pull somebody out of our ass that you should be playing instead.
Yeah.
Because if you're new to the show, we do that a lot. We talk ourselves into fantasy players with your questions. You're helping us as much as we're helping you. I promise you that.
We also talk ourselves out.
100%. Anthony Hurt said, Val Kilmer actually says, "I'll be your hucklebearer," which was the person that carried the casket in the old days.
I'm your hucklebearer.
I've never noticed that. By the way, that's one of the only movies I've ever seen that I actually fucking liked. And it was almost solely because of Val Kilmer.
There's nothing wrong with a little Val.
Papa Smurf Anya. Hope I said that right. Wentz or Geno, good matchup for Wentz. And it's funny to me that we do all of this lead up for the year. We do all this fantasy shit of how you should draft and what you should do to get you acclimated and get you ready for. And then we end up in week 4 talking about, should I play Carson Wentz or Geno Smith? And it's actually a legitimate, honest to God, good question.
It is.
You want to know why people like me drink? That's why. And the answer is Carson Wentz, but damn it, it's closer than I want it to be. I'm going to talk myself into playing Geno Smith on DraftKings before this day is over.
I know you are.
I currently have about 45% on Mariota, 15% on Lamar and Josh Allen, and then just a smattering of a couple other guys.
So let me ask you this: you're paying $5,400 for Geno Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's peanuts, especially a quarterback. $6 bills for Wentz. So if you win Geno, who are you paying up for?
DK Metcalf.
DK's not that expensive though.
No, I know. That's what. Who am I? So you asked me who am I paying up for? Everyone. If I have DK and Geno Smith, I can have anyone I want.
You really can.
Good. Ozzy Reyna.
I'm your huckleberry.
I hope I said that correctly. I think it's the first time I've ever seen that name. Welcome into the program. We're like an AA meeting for sports, and we have bots. Jason Trump, if you could eradicate those, that would be wonderful. It's as simple as that. Super chatted his question. Would you play Dalton Schultz, Tyler Conklin, Taysom Hill, Penny or Dillon in the flex? A.J. Dillon in the flex. That one's not close to me.
No, you have to.
Because here's how I think that Detroit game goes. I fully believe they're going to load up in the box to try to stop the run, and that's how Geno Smith's going to pick them apart. I really am pissed off I didn't take Seattle in that game. Then the other question, Dalton Schultz, Conklin, Taysom Hill. I can't legitimately say play Taysom Hill. Even though he's up and he's probably going to do things.
Don't do it.
I feel like this is one of those Charlie Brown, Lucy football situations where everything makes sense that Taysom Hill's actually going to get run, and then he dookies in his pants and fumbles on his second touch and is completely irrelevant.
Don't play Taysom Hill.
So I'm going Conklin. Schultz is questionable, and I don't want to deal with that. I know what I'm getting out of Conklin, which is stupidly high workload.
Yeah.
It's that simple. All you have to do is super chat your question. It jumps in line, and I will now go back to where we were. Let's see. I got to figure out where I was. Woo, we got to go rapid fire here. We got a shitload of questions.
We do.
Okay. Start James Robinson, Miles Sanders. Agreed.
Robinson.
If I had to pick one, I would say James Robinson, but it's close. But I do think both of those are good plays today. Yes. Mariota or Brady, this from Brent Cottonella, best Madden player I've ever played in my life.
Mariota.
But I will dog walk you in Madden. Brent Cottonella will hurt your fucking feelings. Like, you will walk away from that wanting to just sell the game and be done with it. And I would play Mariota, and it's not even close.
Not even a little bit.
I'm going to need to see Brady actually just shoehorn this defense or shoehorn this offense into his own likeness before I trust him at all.
He has no faith, right? I have no faith in Brady right now. None.
Cottonella also lives next to the link and said it's sprinkling right now.
And that, to me, gives me a little more hope on my game.
Sonoman, I wonder with Dalton starting, Landry's targets will go crazy. I agree with that. I'm just not sure how many snaps he's going to play because he's not healthy.
No.
Rob Johnson, Curtis Samuel, Hollywood Brown, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, sit one.
God damn it.
This decision may be made for you because Hollywood Brown may not play.
It's Hollywood Brown for me.
It probably is for me too.
take the risk out of it. Risk mitigation.
And one of the things you got to think about, Hollywood Brown's probably going to be the one that draws J.C. Horn, of which I am Seacrest out. He is so much bigger and so much more physical. Yeah, I would say Hollywood Brown. I like the other three a lot.
Definitely.
Adam Black, Goff, or Murray for season long today. It's Kyler Murray, and it's not close.
Always.
Steve Westbrook said the 3 heavy rain, high wind games today are Bills, Ravens, Eagles, Jags, Bears, Giants. By the way, I love both running backs in Bears, Giants. We have not said his name yet, but Khalil Herbert. Yeah, Khalil Herbert should be in your DraftKings lineups. A lot of them.
He is going to be heavily owned.
And I don't even kind of give a fuck.
He's too cheap not to, though. He's $5,700.
Yeah, this is one of those risk. This is one of those risk mitigation things where you're right. He's going to be heavily owned, and you have to look at that from both sides. He could be heavily owned and Duke in his pants, and then you're at an advantage if you didn't play him. Or he could do what I think he's going to do and go 4x value, and if you didn't have him, you're behind the 8 ball.
You have to play him because of his price.
I agree. Justin Parton asked, flex Tony Pollard or James Conner. I will save at least a few questions. You could tell me, do I play Paul Bearer without the Undertaker's urn or James Conner? And I would go Undertaker.
Yeah.
I hate James Conner with everything in my being, and I really hope you all listened to me when I said that over the offseason.
Don't play Connor.
JT Money said, I skipped one. Anthony Hurt, y'all think Jonathan Taylor is going to go off against the Titans rushing attack? I like Jonathan Taylor this week a lot, and I have been told that his missed practice, of which it was the first practice he's missed in his career, was just a load management thing. I like Jonathan Taylor a lot today. I think that's a good one to pay up for.
I would pay up for Taylor. Taylor on Roto is like suspect in terms of percentage owned, like 15%, and that to me is kind of nuts.
All right. JT Money said, y'all went live so early, even the early girl eatery isn't open. We're here for you. We are like fantasy football civil servants because we just appreciate you that much. Stephen Westbrook said the Ravens win. I kind of agree. Sonoman, hear me out. Javonte Williams is going to have a huge day. I'm really glad you said that. And here's why. How many running backs do I have ahead of Javonte Williams today?
14.
Would you like to hear the list again?
Ooh.
He's my RB1 today.
Yeah.
He is my dirty little secret that I don't think anybody's going to play on DraftKings. I was going to wait till the end of the show to give this, but Sonoman just, throwing out heaters, which I'm greatly appreciative of.
We love a heater.
Absolutely. The second Tank gets here, I'm going to have another one. I miss being able to smoke in the studio. That is one thing that I greatly miss being here at iHeart. But great take from Sonoman, and I agree wholeheartedly. Love Javonte Williams today. Jarvis or Pollard, half PPR flex. Pollard by a pretty good amount.
Especially in a half PPR.
Absolutely. In a half PPR, it's full PPR. Jarvis Landry's closer, but I still would go Pollard. Kelvin Joyner asked, Kittle or Dallas, go Dirty.
Oh, go Dirty.
People that drafted George Kittle.
I'm broke as shit, and I don't mind saying it.
And I'm people. I'm trusting Kittle. He's gonna have one of those days eventually.
He has to.
He's too damn good not to. Scott Gunther, I hope I said your name correctly. Please tell me in the comments if I did or not. Stafford or Mariota? Marcus Mariota, and I compare it by a pretty good amount. We've got 12 minutes to the kickoff of this game. So let's scream through these comments and see if we got any Saints questions. Rob Johnson said, is Tank doing okay this morning? I've seen him comment, so the fact that his shitty Georgia Bulldogs almost duked in their drawers against Missouri, I think he survived it. Brent Continental said, how about Alabama's Madden-made backup quarterback? Yeah, he fast. He doesn't throw real good, but he's damn fast.
Real quick.
Let's see. Stone Sportscast, Mack Hollins or Elijah Moore in DraftKings? Ooh. That's a
Hollins at 4,200. Elijah Moore's at 4,800.
If you had 50 minutes before I pulled up DraftKings, you're a witch.
I have DraftKings up already, so 4,800 for Elijah Moore, and that's where I'd go. Not by much though.
See, for me, my question would be: if you're in that money range, why are you not going Romeo Dubs or Jahan Dotson? Because I like both better than either Mack Hollins or Elijah Moore. And trust me, I like Elijah Moore a good bit today.
Dotson's 4,300, so that's if you're going that way, that's a win.
Agreed. All right, back to the questions. Stephen Westbrook's Brian Robinson just got activated from the NFI list. Brian Robinson's a great fantasy stash. I kind of agree. I don't think it's going to be – I mean, it's going to be like a 50-50 split with Gibson. I don't think Gibson's going to get just rolled over on for Brian Robinson. But if he's available in your league, you should, without a doubt, stash him. Just for what he could be. Dream Chasers. I just picked up Geno Smith since Goff's receivers are dead. Mariota's available. Should I pick him up instead? To me, it's almost 6 one way, half a dozen the other. I would say yes on Mariota solely because I think he will be playable more times this year.
I don't disagree.
I mean, you got to look at the division for one. Two, how bad of a defense does it have to be for you to go, I'm starting Geno Smith this week?
This week.
I mean, that may be it.
The answer.
that may be it. So I would go Mariota. Dream
Mariota's
Chasers.
got running touchdown upside though too, right?
Oh, no doubt.
So like that's
one of the reasons I love him today is because I think you're going to see a lot of Cleveland's going to have to send an extra blitzer to get pressure. When you do that, running quarterbacks see that and immediately go, and that's how I think a lot of this day is going to go. He also asked Curtis Samuel or Cooper at the flex full PPR.
Ooh.
I'm assuming that's Amari Cooper.
I'm going Samuel there.
I am too. Amari Cooper will draw A.J. Terrell, which is a matchup that I do not like for him at all. Excuse me. Trying to get through these rapid fire to make sure we don't miss a Saints question. Bateman or Brandon Cooks? That's from Paul Richardson.
Oh, you know I love me some Brandon Cooks. I can't give this answer.
Yeah, you do love Brandon Cooks, and I think I'm going to have to steal this one from you because you can't be realistic about Brandon Cooks.
No.
Davis Mills has been fucking awful. So I'll go Rashad Bateman.
For what it's worth, I'm not playing Brandon Cooks today. It's not a Brandon Cooks day.
See, I don't think it is either.
Listen, it's going to happen one day. There's always a game where people are like, oh, there's some horrible matchup, and Davis Mills will have his day. Brandon Cooks will play the stack. I'll get my win.
Kevin, the PRF, was talking about the Washington Commandos replacing Flowers and Sheriff with Turner and Norwell, which was a huge downgrade. I think Norwell will be fine in time. Stephen Westbrook said start Brandon Cooks. I don't hate starting Cooks. He could have a day. The thing about Brandon Cooks is he's either going to go nanners or be completely irrelevant.
Oh, yeah, he's boomer bust.
Bill Buttigieg said the Patriots are a dog with a pill today. If you don't know that reference, I'm sure it will come up later in the program. Westbrook says it's raining in Baltimore. Stone Sports Podcast. Is Jamal Williams getting too much love in daily today to take him? No. I am, with Jonathan Welch, I am heavy on formerly fat Jamal Williams. Stone Sports Podcast said, Jeremy, shout out Greg on Greg Dortch. Dog. Won me $100 last week. Greg Dortch, he a dog. He was one of the first great, holy shit, how am I saying this and nobody else is. When he came out of Wake Forest, I was drunk in love on Greg Dortch, and the fact it's taken 4 teams to figure out how good of a slot receiver he is kind of sad.
I believe I asked you about Greg Dortch when I was on vacation in the comments. I said, why aren't we playing him? And you said, we had him, we let him go, and he's going to go off.
Yeah, he a dog. He's one of the best slot receivers I have ever seen in college football. Now, he has some physical limitations because he's just a little feller, but very talented player.
Just a wee feller.
Steven Westbrook's another good late pickup today. Josh Reynolds, since DJ Chark has ruled out. I agree, but be careful. He is hurt too. He is one of those that can easily be the bad dog and piddle in your slippers, because Josh Reynolds has I'm just going to say he has a bit of a predilection for being a bit of a bitch when it comes to injuries.
Listen.
I've fallen for the Josh Reynolds thing a lot of times.
Two things. One, Josh Reynolds is fourth projected 10%, 10.51% ownership on DraftKings via Roto. Two, Josh Reynolds is a baby back bitch.
Khalil Raymond. If I'm playing a Detroit Lion receiver today, it's Khalil Raymond. I have already seen how much Jared Goff will just fall in love with him because he's fast as fuck.
8% ownership
on Raymond.
Via RotoWire.
I'll bet the under, and I'll bet it aggressively. I will bet it is way lower than that. And Josh Reynolds is going to be 3 times whatever they put it up at.
Yeah.
Mark Lewis, start Josh Palmer or Rashad Bateman today.
Ooh.
That's a spicy one.
I like Josh Palmer. It's Josh Palmer season.
It is Josh Palmer season. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you completely. It is Josh Palmer season. Every day is a great day for Josh Palmer to be a wide receiver 1. Let's see. Cooper Rush or Geno Smith? For me, that's Geno Smith, and it is not close from Kevin the PRF.
Yeah.
With Thomas out for me, do I go Robbie Anderson or Nelson Aguilar? Holy God.
Do you have to?
Yeah, that was my question. Oh,
gross.
Sorry to get up. I'm officially out of coffee, and until Tank gets here, I cannot refill it. So we're going to the bang. If I had to pick one of those, I'll go Robbie Anderson.
I don't like it, but that's what you have to go Robbie Anderson. But what the hell is Brian Hoyer going to do today?
I would go Robbie Anderson, but I'm going to be honest with you. See if Greg Dortch is available in your league. See if Richie James is available in your league. See if Isaiah McKenzie is available in your league. All 3. I have all 3 of those rated above Aguilar and above Robbie Anderson today.
Yeah.
Ryan McKay, pick 3 of Drake, Mike Williams, Cortland Sutton, Pittman Jr., Curtis Samuel, Olave. I'm going to assume the Drake you're referring to is Drake London, so I will go to Pittman's a no-doubter to me. Pittman's a no-doubt every week start.
You have to start Pittman.
I will go Pittman, Drake London, Mike Williams. I have a weird feeling about Cortland Sutton today. I don't know why. I've benched him in a lot of leagues today, and I don't really have a great reason for that.
For benching Pittman?
I don't really have a great reason for bitching Cortland Sutton.
Oh,
I had a mullet hair on the top of my bang. That was less than I did.
Might have something to do with Russell cooking like you cooked that egg dish.
100%. Russ's current cooking looks a lot like my London early game breakfast casserole. So I'll go Drake London, Mike Williams, Michael Pittman. Do you agree or disagree?
No, I'll agree with that.
Colin Greene, Beard, I know you hate Ingram today, but the Vikings can't stop the run. Taysom Hill also might score 6 touchdowns. I can't fault you for starting Taysom Hill. I'm just not doing it myself because I'm telling you this is a different coaching staff than you're used to, and that gimmicky shit is not going to be something that Dennis Allen leans on.
No.
Justin Hammond, full PPR, Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel, Josh Reynolds.
Pick 1?
Yep.
Not Gabe Davis. Maybe Curtis Samuel.
I would say Gabe Davis, but Curtis Samuel is damn close.
That's really close. That's really close.
Yeah, I'm going to go Gabe Davis, but it's damn close with Curtis Samuel. Free Tigre, said, I have a feeling starting Mike Williams over Olave is going to hurt. I don't know that I agree with you. Mike Williams is going to have another day at some point, and he gets Derek Stingley today.
He'll be fine.
Derek Stingley against big receivers, it tends to not go so great. Oh, good hell. We have all the bots.
All the bots.
We have all the bots.
That's when you know you made it big time.
100%. Trying to eradicate them as quickly as possible. Let's see. Season long, Murray or Goff. I think we already answered that, but it's Murray. Free T Gray asked Russell Gage, Isaiah McKenzie, Josh Reynolds, full PPR.
No, stay away from Reynolds.
I'm going to say stay away from Reynolds as well.
I don't know how I feel about Russell Gage today either.
Yeah, with the guys coming back, I don't like Russell Gage. For me, it's Isaiah McKenzie. It's not all that close.
Yeah.
West Virginia Willie, I started Geno Smith in my backup league. Didn't even think twice about it. Agreed. Lisa Ebenzel said, Tank's still trying to get his heart rate back down. Agreed. He's also probably not wanting to be anywhere near me because he knows how that's going to go. Because he poo-pooed the fact that they struggled with Kent State, and I got pissed about it because it was mind-bogglingly stupid, and now he knows that he's going to have to go, well, maybe I was wrong. We should have lost to Missouri, who sucks at life.
Pretty spot on, Tank.
It was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And that's even with a little vocal stress.
Yeah.
Stephen Tao said he needs a tight end under $4,500. I'm going to have to verify price here, but it's the Friarmouth.
Dallas Goderte is $4,500. Friarmouth is $42.
Yep, the Friarmouth is the answer.
Your options are Dallas Goedert, Friarmouth, and T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah, I'm going Friarmouth, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
The Jets are fucking terrible against tight ends.
Have been for a few years now.
Many years. And the Steelers have enough. The Steelers have enough weapons that we can't put sauce on Friarmouth the way we did with Mark Andrews.
No.
All right. Trying to get rid of these stupid bots. I don't know how the fuck they get in here because you have to be a subscriber to comment anyway. Jameson Ellison, Chargers defense, Cowboys, or the Giants? Chargers, and I don't think it's all that close.
If we're playing season long, it's the Chargers. If you're playing DraftKings, I don't mind the Giants defense.
I don't either.
It's $3,100. It gives you a lot of flexibility, and the Bears do not do much other than run the ball.
They listen to my advice way too well.
Yeah, run the damn ball.
They love to run the damn ball.
There you go.
All right, I think I have eradicated all of the bots. Son of a whore. There's another one. Bastards.
We need more moderators.
100%. All right, let's see here. I got to get back to right there. Louis Mischione. Please tell me how to pronounce your name in the comments because I hate butchering people's names. Ayuk or Mack Hollins, full PPR?
Hollins.
I'm going to agree. I like Debo today. I like Kittle today. I'm not as in love with Ayuk.
No.
I could see a path that Ayuk gets a lot of Jalen Ramsey today.
Yeah.
Because they don't tend to roam him around on Debo.
No.
Jameson Ellison, PPR Flex, Godwin Sanders, A.J. Dillon, or Garrett Wilson? I don't know what Godwin's snap count's going to look like, so I'm a little nervous on him.
Wilson?
I downgraded Garrett Wilson when Zach Wilson came back.
Yeah.
I bumped up Corey Davis. I bumped up Elijah Moore and brought Garrett Wilson down a little bit. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say A.J. Dillon today.
I wonder how quickly that game gets out of hand and it becomes a
quick, fast, and in a hurry.
It becomes a split, a bigger split than we want.
Logan Trevino. What's up, guys? Due to Amon St. Brown out this week, I've had to change some things around, leaving my flex open. Rashad Penny, Devin Singletary, Jarvis Landry. Well, the Jarvis Landry game has already started, so I'm hoping you didn't do that because he would have been my 3 there. Yeah. Rashad Penny would be a close second to Landry. I would go Devin Singletary by a lot.
Yeah.
I hope I got to that question in time. Apologies. We just had a lot of questions and a lot of bots that are making it really difficult for me to find the questions. Greg Dortch, Gabriel Davis, wide receiver 2, PPR from Kelvin Joyner.
I think I like Dortch there.
I like Gabriel Davis. I still like Dortch, but with Rondale Moore back, his workload's going to be cut a little bit.
You don't think the rain's going to have an impact on the Davis?
Not really. I don't think it's going to rain that hard. I mean, it's going to rain, and it's going to have an effect, but I don't think it will be that much.
Yeah.
And I will check that momentarily. Tyler Kelly, Olave, Drake London, Mike Williams, full PPR pick 2.
I think Olave is he's already started, so.
Yeah, I would have gone Drake London, Mike Williams anyway.
Yeah.
Glenn Hopper, Dortch, Madison, ETN, or A.J. Dillon, pick 3.
Sorry, say that again?
That is the first time you've ever Canadian said sorry in the history of the show. Dortch, Madison, ETN, A.J. Dillon, pick 3. So basically cut one of the 4.
ATN?
See, for me, it's Madison's not even close. Madison is only a play if Dalvin Cook is completely down.
Yeah, you have to. I think that makes sense. I wonder how weird this game is going to be, though.
In London?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be that weird. I don't think it's going to be that weird.
It's probably not going to be. Dalvin Cook's going to get some. He's always a play. You can't not play Dalvin Cook.
Agreed. All right, Crip Tunes. I need a running back for the bench. Mostert, Walker the third, Ingram, or someone else. Mostert by a lot.
Yeah.
Mostert's the RB1 in Miami. He's getting the workload. It's just they have not been able to run the ball. I have Mostert in a 0.5 point per carry league, and he has actually been fine so far. As I think he's my 7th running back. That team is real, real good. Let's see. Is that your answer for a bench running back at this point?
I mean, if Mostert's available, Mostert's not available in most of the leagues I play in because I don't play with children.
Correct.
So he's not just sitting on the waiver wire. And if you have availability to get him, go get him.
Well, if you're in a shorter bench league, he shouldn't have been owned before now.
Yeah. Most of the leagues, I'm in a league with like a super deep league. I'm in a few of them actually, and a bunch of dynasty leagues where it's just good luck. Good luck finding someone on the waiver wire to pick up. I was scouring like 4th and 5th Giants wide receivers, looking for like backup wide receivers.
Brian Robinson's another one that's probably been cut that you could add that has a good amount of merit.
Yeah.
Super C and B challengers. PPR start 2. Christian Kirk, Mike Williams, Olave, Deontay. Olave would probably have been my 3 there.
Yep.
I don't like Deontay. Deontay's going to get DJ Reed today, so I'm Seacrest out on him. I would have gone Christian Kirk, Mike Williams.
I love Christian Kirk today. You know that.
I do too.
And Mike Williams is you got to play him. Got to.
Jamison Ellison, PPR running backs pick 2. Cordero Patterson, Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders.
Sanders and Patterson.
I would agree. I think Josh Jacobs is eventually going to have a big game. I'm just not sure it's today.
It's not today.
Logan Trevino, I think Mike Williams is going to have a big game. Texans have a good D, but they're consistently getting smoked for the deep ball. which is Mike Williams' bread and butter. Correct, because Derek Stingley ends up on your 1. And Derek Stingley loves giving up big plays. Jonathan Welch said it's a Nico day. I can't get down with that, but I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess.
Super CMB challengers again. Also PPR, Michael Carter, Damian Harris, Cam Akers. Appreciate y'all. We appreciate you. It's the first time I've seen that name, so feel free to we're like an AA meeting for sports, so feel free to throw your addiction into the comments. Mine's always been Devontae Parker. I'll go Cam Akers in that one. I think today's a Breece Hall day.
I would agree.
I think the Jets are going to really fixate on getting Breece Hall going today. JT86TN, would you throw a dart with Madison or play it safe-ish with Ayuk?
Risk mitigation, my friend.
Madison is never a play for me as long as Cook is in a uniform. Oh, you know what? I just realized I started Alvin Kamara in the league. I just realized that. That's awesome. Good times. All right.
What are you
And it wasn't even because I wasn't awake, because I was here doing this. Don't ever doubt how much I appreciate you people. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers today.
Aaron Rodgers.
I agree. I don't want to agree, but I do.
No, it's not fun. It's not a fun play.
There's a lot of people drunk on Russell Wilson today, and I cannot for the life of me figure out why.
Because they think it's 2015.
Maybe.
Like, I don't get that. Right now, what it looks like to me is that Nathaniel Hackett shouldn't be a head coach. And he thinks Russell Wilson is Aaron Rodgers, and they have the same system. And it makes zero sense. And until they figure that out, which is going to take a bunch of games, if he ever figures it out, or Hackett getting fired, which, if you're a Broncos fan, that's what you're hoping for. I don't see how he's going to turn it around just instantly.
I agree. I'm Seacrest out on Russell Wilson today. Anybody who I didn't get to your Saints questions, I apologize. But between the bots and we're going as quick as we can. We had a lot there in a short period of time. Let's see. Blue Crew, half point PPR, pick 1. Curtis Samuel, Garrett Wilson, Tony Pollard.
Half point?
A half point, yeah.
Pollard.
I think I'd go Curtis Samuel. Even in a half point PPR.
I'm close on that. I don't disagree that Samuel could be the play there.
Garrett Wilson's definitely the 3, though.
Yes.
So, yeah, I will go Curtis Samuel, but it's damn close. I really think you may be splitting hairs with Samuel and Pollard.
Yeah.
Oh, Tank has appeared. Tank has appeared for his for the airing of grievances.
A wild Tank has appeared?
For the airing of grievances. He is not going to enjoy this, not nary a little bit.
Is he going to enjoy it less than when you got to play Roll Tide all week?
It's going to be close to that. It's going to be damn close to that.
Come on.
Oh, I have to figure out our cameras too.
That's awful.
There I am.
That's awful. Oh, look at that. That's
There
wonderful.
There I am.
Let's see, where do I need to go here?
Hold on.
I need to go this
Hold
way?
on. I'm setting them up.
I need to go this way? We go to the left,
No.
go to the right?
No, you need to go to the right.
I need to go this way?
No, you need to go this way.
This way.
There you go.
Once again, we are professionals.
100%.
Yes,
we
indeed.
are professionals. There's a lot of shit that goes into putting this show on, just so we're all clear.
Oh, I got a lot of bones to pick with you people.
100%. Your fucking football team blows dead Bears.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
they
you
do.
remember the thing I said? You should be concerned about the way you played against Kent State.
I'm not worried.
You remember?
Not worried.
You remember when I said that?
I do remember when you said
Yeah.
that.
You remember how you blew that off and went, "Oh, they're just mean shit."
It was one bad week. One bad week. We weren't prepared.
1 week later.
1 week later, you
should
show
have
up
lost to the worst team in the SEC.
I mean, I don't know about should have lost. They finally showed up in the fourth quarter.
Should have lost to the worst team in the SEC. They laid down like an old hooker.
I was going to say, who could not stop the run in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, Missouri laid down like a poor sad old hooker.
Yeah. Hey, Tennessee, congratulations on winning the SEC East and that whole championship soiree thing. It was fun while it lasted.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you're not Oklahoma.
Yeah,
that is true.
Hey.
That's true. What was it, 55-10 or some shit?
55-24. Hey, you remember that thing I said about Brent Venables?
Oh yeah.
I love being right more than I love being alive.
I forgot about. That game made me remember Max Dugan. Like what? I thought he graduated 2 years ago.
Nope. And if you've bet Oklahoma for the first 4 weeks of the season,
I'm broke as shit, and I don't mind saying it.
bingo. Now I bet against them, and I'm 3-1.
Listen, I know that we're doing fantasy here, but I got to ask: is Kentucky going to take the biggest drop this week?
They shouldn't. Ole Miss is really good. Ole Miss is way better than I thought they were.
And Kentucky would have won that game had Will Levis not had the ball punched out. I mean, it's not on him. It's not on him. I mean, that was a great football play by the defense.
100%. And you got a brand new right tackle that just got ate up.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to firmly say this. Will Levis will be the number 1 pick in this draft. And I'm not sure it's as close as I thought it was.
Yeah.
All right, back to fantasy. I'm going to answer this question, and then I need nicotine desperately. So I'm going to turn it over to the two of you momentarily. Brooks 7070 asked, I think it's the first time I've ever seen that name. We're like an AA meeting for sports.
Welcome.
Feel free to throw in your addiction in the comments. Mine has always been Devontae Parker. Najee Harris, Jamal Williams, standard scoring. This is not close to me. Jamal Williams is not even close.
And Jamal Williams is the only weapon that Detroit has today.
You didn't call him formerly Fat Jamal Williams. So
Oh yeah, formerly fat. So we've decided today that every time we bring up formerly fat Jamal Williams, we ring a bell and a fantasy angel gets its wings.
I heard that on the way in.
Ascendo, good to see Ascendo earlier this morning. I know this is crazy, but I have 4-leg parlay. I think will make us all money. Saints money line, Ravens money line, Titans money line, Seahawks money line. Total is plus 4150, and I don't hate any of it. I really don't hate any of it. You
remember
Although,
when we were playing?
As we said that, you remember that thing we said about you never play Alexander Madison if Dalvin Cook's alive?
Yeah.
First touchdown of the London game?
Alexander Madison. Nice.
Because of course it is. Because of fucking course it is.
Because it helps no one. Nobody played him today.
No.
Yeah, and you remember when we were playing Beat the Chief and I told you that I really wanted to take Seattle? Plus the 4.
As did I.
Oh, should have done it.
Yeah.
Should have done it. I didn't know everybody was going to be fucking dead for the Detroit Lions.
In a van down by the river.
Christ. Really killing me here.
Kevin the PRF said that he had replaced Anderson with Richie James. Good call. That was a question we were asked earlier. It's 1,500 plus 1,500 for the parlay without the Saints. Absolutely, you should be doing that. If for nothing else, for the dart throw, go to betus.com. Use promo code Sportsocracy. They'll give you 125% deposit bonus just for using our promo code. I'm telling you, I'm getting better at this shit.
Good for you.
Tank will also verify how impressive what I'm getting ready to say is for the fact that no one has ever shown me shit on that board. The pot that has all of this shit in it, Seth knocked it off. I had to put it back on the board.
And you did?
And I did it.
Holy cow. I am super impressed.
And nobody's ever shown me how to do that.
That's a lot of options buttons and scrolling with the little knob. And nice job.
And the only thing that took me forever was to figure out that there was an enter button, which I did not see at first. I was like, okay, I've gotten this far, but I don't know how to go. Yeah, that one.
Yes, it is. There.
And then I stared at the board for about 2 minutes and went, enter. Woohoo!
Good for you.
I need nicotine, mainly to calm the caffeine because there's a shitload of it in there.
Because there's a shitload of it. All right, let's see where we at here. Satisfied Browns fan?
Bingo.
Would it be crazy to start Freiermuth over Darren Waller? No. I don't think it would be. I don't know what it is, but Darren Waller is just not getting – he's not getting the looks.
No, he's not. And the Jets are, and Jeremy will tell you this, horrible against the tight end. Freiermuth is basically it. everybody's going to talk about how Deontay Johnson's going to get the toe, but it's Freiermuth there, and it's not even all that close.
They're horrible against everything, aren't they?
Well, yeah, they are.
But I'm
trying to be kind. Dan.
I get it. I get it. Now, I know it's your own team, and you don't want to talk too much shit about them. But I mean, let's we can all come to a point with our teams where we can go, nah, this sucks, and I don't want any more of it. Kind of like me in Georgia football now.
Me and the Patriots today.
Yeah.
And every day.
And every day. 50-50 right now on whether to start the Broncos or the Eagles defense.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, the Broncos have not done anything to show me that they're ready to ball out. Their defense has been good.
Yep.
But I don't know if I love that. The Eagles, I still contend that that's going to be a shootout. I know the weather is not ideal. I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I hope it's not for my fantasy sake, but I probably would lean Broncos in this case.
It's just something about those two teams, the Jaguars and the Eagles, that I go, I don't know. I guess it's just the style of the way that they play. It's almost like I don't feel like it can be a gross game.
I mean, they're talking the over set at 44 right now, and I feel like I would probably smash the over.
Yeah, I'm on the over.
I know that there's talk of weather but I still don't see how Jalen Hurts will run the ball. he'll run it. If he can't throw it, he'll run it. I think that Dallas Goedert gets some play there on the Philly side of the ball. I think that Christian Kirk gets some play. So I would lean Broncos defense there.
Yeah, because there's something about those Raiders.
They're in trouble.
They're in super trouble. And sitting at 0-3 on the season and going up against the Denver Broncos, which is the team that has, I mean, we don't think they're good, but every game they've played has been a gross, gutsy performance by the defense, and the offense can score just enough to win.
And the Raiders have choked away victories.
Oh yeah.
And that's I think the problem is they haven't done anything to show me that they have any killer instinct. There's no close there, no finish. I saw someone post that the Patriots didn't name an OC because they knew that McDaniels would be back in a few weeks, and I'm starting to think that might be a real thing. McDaniel's going to be fired if he doesn't win this game. I don't know how you keep him.
I don't. I find it hard to believe that you're going to fire a coach 4 weeks into his tenure. We're talking about Josh McDaniels. If he loses today, Armchair says he'll get fired, and then they're not going to do that.
Not today. They'll fire him. They'll fire him soon, though. If you can't, you've got to figure something out. You paid that money for Devontae Adams. You've reassembled the defense in a good way. How are you going to look at that and go, "Oh yeah, this is going exactly as we wanted it.
This is going exactly how we wanted it to go. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. It's all fine. Fine."
Rob Johnson asks, flex play Breece Hall or Curtis Samuel?
Ooh,
Breece Hall. It's feeling like a Breece
Hall day.
It's feeling like a Breece Hall day.
Breece Hall day, he says. Okay.
Mike LaFleur has been adamant that the run game will show up when Zach Wilson does.
I don't know. To me, it's a very close call.
It is.
The way Curtis Samuel has played lately, and who the hell is going to be on him for Dallas?
Curtis Samuel?
He's not going to be Trayvon. It'll be
Anthony Brown. He'll be on Jahan Dotson. I can answer this question in just a second. I said this earlier. I have a ridiculous amount of information in front of me. It just takes me a minute to get Jordan Lewis, who sucks.
Yep. I think I'd be on Curtis Samuel.
He sucks cork, and he's very slow. He's like a 4.55 corner.
Right. The thing I keep coming back to with Breece Hall is that there's Michael Carter there as well, and I feel like that's a coin flip on whether or not you're going to figure out which one's going to hit.
It's not.
What, they've gone completely to Breece Hall now?
No.
Or leaned toward that side?
Breece Hall's just been better. In the limited amount of time he has gotten work, he has been better, and Mike LaFleur has been adamant that they will lean on the run game when Zach Wilson comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that Pittsburgh defense at all.
What 4 dogs, this is from Ascendo, what 4 dogs do you think have the best chance to win? I want 2 apiece from each of you.
Oh, dogs have the best chance to win?
Hmm.
Let me go to here. What dogs do I like? The Baltimore Ravens.
That's a good one.
Home dog. I love a home dog. And, all right, we'll do this like a draft. Now you pick one.
God, I'm gonna go Broncos. Broncos against the Raiders.
I will go Seattle Sea Chickens.
And then I will go with the Washington Commanders.
And the Arizona Cardinals, who are somehow a 1-point dog.
Are they really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that was the answer.
I am the Kansas City Chiefs, who are also a 1-point dog and shouldn't be.
You're not talking. Neither of you taking Atlanta over Cleveland?
No, because I can't figure that line out. Somebody knows something. I just don't know what the fuck it is. There's no way Myles Garrett is worth that many points.
What did it move to?
Well, there was a thought that he wasn't going to play, and that's where they set the line. Because they were afraid they were going to get deep fried on Atlanta, which I don't understand at all.
Armchair, is there one that we did not mention other than the Falcons? I'd say the Rams too.
No, I think the Rams are a 1-point dog.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah, and I'm all over San Francisco. I love watching that number come my way. I'm going full Lenny Kravitz. Are you going to come my way?
Yeah, I think that pretty well covers it. I don't think the Titans win outright. They may cover. I think that's where Jeremy's at with that.
That's 100% where I'm at. I love getting the hook.
Cold games.
As soon as that went to 3 in the hook, I went, cool, Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's all part of the plan.
Avion Moten, Cordero Patterson, or Khalil Herbert?
God,
Khalil
both.
Herbert.
It would be Herbert, but it's close, and I would love to play both. My immediate question would be, who is your other running back? Because unless it's Jonathan Taylor or one of those super high-end guys, I would probably play both.
Welch responded with Chicago gets behind late, so it's Patterson. So what if they get behind late? Who else? Justin Fields is going to start throwing the ball to who? Cole Kmet?
Cole Kmet.
Yay.
Cole Kmet.
That's the problem with Chicago. They get down. They can't do anything about it.
No, they just dog pill.
Right.
Just take it right open.
I guess we'll just have to keep running the ball.
I hate it.
Armchair didn't see the little demonstration of the dog there.
Oh, can he not see us?
He cannot see us.
Oh, okay.
We can see him, but he cannot see us.
Well,
he can see us in the stream, though.
Yeah. I can see you in the stream.
Stephen Tao, Sutton, Dortch, James Robinson, bench 1. He's leaning towards Sutton.
I am too. I don't like I do not like Cortland Sutton today,
I
don't know why.
I heard you say that on the way in, and I'm like, I mean, of the Denver weapons, Cortland Sutton seems to be the one to have.
It's a gut feeling. I'm telling you right now, it's a gut feeling. You can call me crazy. You can say I'm an idiot. Whatever you want to do. Totally up to you. It's a gut feeling. I have Cortland Sutton in a shitload of leagues, and I've benched him damn near everywhere.
Especially against the Ravens secondary. Or the Raiders secondary. I don't know that I really understand that. But between those 3, I think you may be right. I mean, I'm down a little bit on Greg Dortch. Only because I like the Panthers secondary more than the Raiders secondary.
I'm telling you, pass rush. That Broncos line is not good. And I think that's why I have this burning urge to just say, I am Seacrest the fuck out on Cortland Sutton. It could burn me. I've been burned before.
I'm out on Sutton until they show me that the offense can actually do something. Like literally anything. Just do anything. Other than punt. They are a great punting team.
Live update, 30 new subs in the first hour and a half of this here program.
Awesome.
Thank you to all of you new reprehensibles. We appreciate you greatly. That made it well worth it that I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, still drunk.
Stone Sports.
I've sobered up in front of your eyes.
Stone Sports Podcast says this about the Raiders. Only team without a win. Josh McDaniels and the Raiders. As a Patriots fan, I'm loving this. I told everybody that McDaniels was a bum. Derek Carr is a bum. The Raiders are doomed to mediocrity forever.
I will agree on McDaniels. I will not agree on Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'm there as well.
I'm out on the Derek Carr slander.
Derek Carr has been like the blind man in the whorehouse for his entire career. Just getting fucked from every direction and doesn't even see it coming. See what I did there? See it coming? Make them laugh. Make them laugh.
Derek Carr statistically has been an excellent quarterback. He's been above average every year, and no one recognizes it. Not one person. Because the Raiders are the Raiders, and they're going to do Raider things. Like commit crimes and go to jail and kill people.
Pick one, J.K. Dobbins, Greg Dortch, or Brandon Ayuk. I think I want Ayuk in that scenario.
I want Dobbins.
Yeah, I'm in on Dobbins.
I was about to say, come on, Armchair, throw in a Dortch so we can completely not answer this question.
If that's a rain game, I want Dobbins.
Oh,
I'm your huckleberry.
it's that easy, Stephen C. PPR pick one for the flex. Hunt, Dobbins, Rashad Penny, DJ Moore, Isaiah McKenzie. Which would you pick to be safe, and which would you pick for ceiling?
Ooh.
If I'm going safe, it's Rashad Penny. If I'm going for upside, it's either Dobbins or McKenzie. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to waffle on this. I'll go Penny safe, McKenzie for the upside. I was with Chief Zach last night, and I swear to you, he said Isaiah McKenzie's name no less than 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
And we can both vouch. He gets very good information as a Bills season ticket holder. I do not know why, but that is the name he said a lot.
Well, I mean, he has been on the come lately. But you still have Gabriel Davis and Stephon Diggs. I just don't – I mean, do you really expect him to pop off with a 2-touchdown day?
It wouldn't shock me.
With those two?
It wouldn't shock me.
Okay.
It would not shock me. Somebody's going to do it. Very easily could be him.
I think safe I would go Dobbins. Ceiling it would be Hunt.
I'm Dobbins.
Because I don't
on
buy
both.
the Falcons' defense.
I don't buy the Falcons' defense either, but I think if a running back goes nuts for Cleveland today, it's Nick Chubb. But there is some reason that Vegas doesn't believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, you can call me crazy. I lean on Vegas way more than I lean on anything else.
It's Dobbins for both for me. Just play Dobbins.
Dortch or Pierce in the flex spot from Kelvin Joyner. Pierce, not close.
Damien Pierce. It's Damien Pierce season, baby. I have so much of him today. So much of him.
Of Damien Pierce to not be in on Damien Pierce.
I am as overweight on Damien Pierce today as Tank was before PhD weight loss.
Oh. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Patrick Holt sent a picture yesterday in our little chat of when we met up at the Red Sox-Braves game. And I had felt like shit all day yesterday, just hurting and gross and depressed. And he posted that picture, and I immediately felt better. I mean, for the 10 minutes till I fell asleep because it was pretty late in the evening. But, yeah, you can really tell the difference.
Speaking of meeting people today, I've had several people say they will be at the Village Porch today.
Awesome.
So 51 North Merriman Avenue I'll be there all day. I don't know how long Tank plans on hanging in.
I'll be there for the 1 o'clock games through, a good deal of them. Again, my team's playing on Sunday Night Football, so I feel like I need to work in a nap somewhere so I can.
You got more grab ass time?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I will be at the Village Porch as well for the 1 o'clock slate of games. And yeah, I encourage everybody to come on out. Armchair, you're welcome too if you'd like to join us. You got the
I'll be in Canada.
You got the Concorde all fired up and ready to go.
My passport's always ready to go. You kidding me?
One of these days we'll have a plane that can just Pat McAfee.
Oh, that'd be glorious.
By the way, did anybody watch the McAfee cast last night?
I did. I thought it was boring.
I was so disappointed.
It was boring as hell.
I was so disappointed.
I felt like Pat Mack was drunk and he just and he just didn't. I mean, like he went past fun guy drunk, and he was at that like I better be good because I'm going to do something real stupid.
Oh yeah,
on TV
you know what he
drunk.
wanted to do? Because see, Pat McIntyre are the same person, and I saw it in his face. The fact he was on ESPN2 restricted his ability to go, fuck!
Yep.
And that's all he wanted to do.
Yep. It didn't go well. I didn't feel like it went well at all. I like
when
the
they
little
do
hook.
it again, focus more on Pat and less on the ancillary characters.
I it was fun when they were doing the trick shots and stuff, and driving to drive up the number for charity that they were giving away because they were doing Dabo's charity and the All In charity, and then they were doing the Jimmy V Fund, and they were giving to the Red Cross. So raising money like that, obviously we're sluts for charity, so you got to love that. But the rest of it just felt like, what the fuck am I? Why am I even watching this? But I watched it regardless to see when the funny parts were coming, and they never did. They just never did. It's got to be uncensored. It's got to be like we do it.
100%.
Not saying we could do a better job. I'm just saying I feel like
with that budget.
Oh, with that budget, maybe.
With that budget,
maybe.
I'll be full bodysuit man, going full Ronnie James Dio.
Nice. No, I was.
For those of you that are new, Dio is our ESPN code word for dick out, and I throw the Ronnie James in it just to make it a little more soup.
Nice. That's news to me. I didn't know that.
Oh, I've done that a bunch of times. In 4 years, you've never read. Why do you think I mentioned Ronnie James Dio?
I have no idea. I've always wondered.
Yeah.
You went full Antonio Brown.
Yeah, dick out.
Just dig out at the pool.
That's exactly what this is.
Hey, guys, check this out. Which part of me feels like if I had a unit that was anywhere comparable to that,
I mean,
maybe I'd whip it out in public. I don't know.
Based on the blur, I've just.
It was a pretty long blur.
It was a very.
It was like, hey, I got to go 3/4 extension of the arm to get to the top of that thing.
It was a legitimate blur.
And that's the kind of thing when you're trying to do the twist at the top, you might sprain your wrist.
Here's the thing. If I had one like that, you'd know because I'd have it out here showing it to you. I don't.
Right.
So.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do crimes.
No crimes.
No crimes. No crimes at all. Where are we at here? We went Dortch and Pierce.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson or...
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Garrett Wilson or Dobbins. For me, it's Dobbins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still Dobbins.
All right, let's go. Let's go pretty rapid fire here to catch back up.
Deontay Johnson or Jerry Jeudy today? I'm going Johnson.
I'm going Jeudy, and it's not close. Deontay Johnson gets DJ Reed. Would you like to hear the list of corners in the NFL that have been higher rated than DJ Reed? Oh, would you like to hear it again? Would you like to hear it again?
He's the number one?
He's number one.
Wow.
And he a dog. And Deontay Johnson is not big enough to mitigate how little DJ Reed is.
Quick question. Pick 2 full PPR from C-Dog. Patterson, assuming he plays, Curtis Samuel, DK, or Antonio Gibson. So pick 2 full PPR between Cordero Patterson, Curtis Samuel, DK Metcalf, Antonio Gibson.
DK Cordero.
Yeah, I agree there.
I have many shares of DK Metcalf today.
I think I want one of the Redskins though.
Oh,
uncensored. I can do it. Fuck that. I mean, come on. We all say Commanders because that's what we're supposed to do. But in our heart of hearts, they're still the fucking Redskins, all right? I'll go Curtis. I would go Curtis Samuel, Patterson probably.
DK is going to have a big day.
Rob Johnson says, I asked the question of Rodgers or Wilson, but Jared Goff is on waivers. What do you think? No.
I'm Seacrest out on Jared Goff. He has no weapons.
Right.
He's throwing to me and a bunch of people that probably worked with me at the post office.
I mean, unless you think he's going to hit T.J. Hawkinson for 15 connections and 2 touchdowns today.
Which he could.
He might, but that's the only way I see him being fantasy relevant as a quarterback.
Goff shopping for wide receivers at Ingles.
Low prices. Love the savings.
Especially over Aaron Rodgers, which Aaron Rodgers against the Patriots? Yes, please.
Yeah. Because you'll have Jonathan Jones on the Lazard King, and everybody else is free monies.
Mm-hmm. Especially your favorite guy,
Romeo Dobbs.
what's next?
Oh,
Baltimore.
can I ask I want to ask a question on my own show. If you're playing a Falcons receiver today, which one is it?
Drake London.
Yeah.
Is it Drake London or Kyle Pitts?
I've thought about Pitts a couple of times.
I have too, and I can't stop coming back to it. I'm playing with my DraftKings lineup, and I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go 2 tight ends.
Yeah.
Because Kyle Pitts is 5,000, and that's not enough doll hairs.
I mean, if you're telling me Grant Delpit's going to be in charge of covering Kyle Pitts, yay!
Yeah,
We're doing stuff.
Doing stuff. Fuck yeah.
We're doing stuff. Going to end up like a marshmallow at the end of the day.
I don't mind it if you're doing it with your Mariota stack at all.
I like Mariota a bunch. A whole damn lot.
Cordero, Patterson, or Miles Sanders?
Cordero.
Yeah, I'm on Miles Sanders on that one.
I hate that I agree with Tank on this one.
Doesn't it suck to agree with him?
It does.
Like, you agree with him and you just immediately go, that's dumb. I shouldn't do that.
What am I doing?
What does my life
what am
come
I doing
to?
with my life? Because if it's going to be raining, and if the rain does pick up, I looked at the weather forecast a minute ago, and it was like light rain after 6 o'clock or something.
Where?
In Philadelphia.
It's sprinkling there now. Brent Cotnola lives right beside the link, so it is actively raining as we speak.
Right,
but it's not much.
Right. It's according to the weather forecast, it's not supposed to do much. But if it does, then it turns into a heavy running game, and I like Miles Sanders for that. Everett or Kittle? All right, these are 2 separate questions from Lights. Everett or Kittle? Samuel or London?
Kittle, Drake London.
Agreed.
Same. Yeah. That's not complicated. Don't overthink that. Don't let the Everett thing confuse you.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, a lot of people are getting cute with Gerald Everett, and I think it's going to piddle in your punch bowl.
You don't need to get cute with that.
Mike Williams.
What it is.
Mike Williams, Mike Williams, Mike Williams.
M85 says Craig Reynolds. Which, is that right? Is that the
Craig
right
Reynolds back at running back for the Bears.
Jalen Warren, J.K. Dobbins. Why the hype? Well.
Okay, I got. Why are people hyping them?
Right.
Craig Reynolds, because they believe that even though the Lions have no weapons, they're going to be ahead in this game. Secret time, they won't. I mean, Craig Reynolds might fuck around and score a touchdown. He didn't mean to.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Warren, there's hype with him because he has looked better than Najee Harris in limited action. And it's solely because he can get to the outside, and they literally try to cram Najee Harris right between the guards like an enema to an old dog. And I will never understand how you're not figuring this out. That's why I have no fear of Pittsburgh. I'll be really honest with you. As a Jets fan, I have no fear of Pittsburgh today. None. I don't care where this game is.
Mm-hmm.
They match up so poorly with us. And I'm not telling you that it's the fucking Jets. We could lose. I'm not scared.
Right.
I mean, the Freiermuth thing makes me nervous because Jordan Whitehead, I figured out why your team wouldn't give him $5 million. Because that sumbitch couldn't cover a fucking steak with A1 sauce. And Dobbins, just because he's very, 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 very good running back
mm-hmm.
in an offense that runs a lot.
Mm-hmm. PPR format, I can only start one. Who should I start? This from Daniel Hillman. Pollard, Javonte Williams, or Antonio Gibson?
Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
One of my favorite plays of the day.
Can only start one. So I would assume that both of your running back slots are filled with guys that are better than these. And your flex spot is what? Because I think I'd be trying to find a way to play more than one of those guys.
Oh, no doubt. Well.
I mean, are you in an 8-team league?
Javonte Williams, I'm very high on. Pollard, I like. Gibson is probably the one I like the least.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I can't get on the Gibson side right now. I just don't see that going well, but he'll get some play today.
Oh, and then Hillman asked, Javonte Williams or formerly fat Jamal Williams?
Ooh, formerly fat Jamal Williams.
Oh, I don't agree. Javonte Williams is my favorite running back play of the day.
He is your
favorite running back play of the day. I'm telling you, he's going to throw up 35 on DraftKings.
He's your A number one?
He's my A number one. Not a running back in the NFL rated higher than him for me this week. I'm drunk on Javonte Williams.
But why? Just because it's the Raiders?
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
In the years we've been doing this, when I'm banging a drum for something, how often am I wrong?
I mean, unless it's Josh Palmer, rarely.
6 catches, 99 yards. No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, 16 weeks after you've been on that. Yeah, that's fine. It'll eventually pay off.
Still a very good wide receiver.
Yeah.
How many low-hanging fruit darts you throwing out there? Coming to King, you best not miss.
I don't know. I just curious the rationale on that one.
Javonte?
Mm-hmm.
What have I said about Russell Wilson? He does what every single week? He falls in love with one player and peppers them with targets.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Javonte Williams. I could see him having 25 fucking touches today against a Raiders defense that is not good.
Really?
Because how do you mitigate pass rush? I'm telling you right now, Chandler Jones and Max Crosby are going to get home, and they're going to do it early and often.
Mm-hmm.
How do you mitigate that? It's sure as shit not to let Russ drop back 7 steps and
dunking
go.
Off.
Dip, duck, dive, dodge.
Run the ball, play action. Run
Bingo.
the ball and play action.
Yeah, absolutely.
Draws and screens. Who do those go to? Javonte.
And apparently the Raiders giving up 25.5 points per game to running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Very high on Javonte. I literally don't have enough places in my lineup on DraftKings for all of the players that I want, which is fucking infuriating. And I'm going to have to play the Jaguars defense. And I don't care.
Steven Tao, Cordero, or Garrett Wilson?
Cordero.
Yeah.
Agreed. Need to start 2 in a full PPR from Pulse Zero. Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, and Curtis Samuel.
Brandon Cooks, Curtis Samuel.
I think that's where I'm at, too. I just don't know what it's going to look like with Godwin.
Godwin's snap count will be limited. Deontay Johnson will be on DJ Reed.
Because think about it. What happened when Chris Godwin came into the game first week of the season?
Limited.
Yeah, but he immediately got hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to keep going through this where we have to bring Godwin up and then sit him for 3 weeks and then bring him up and sit him for 3 weeks. They should be very, very judicious.
I fully believe
with his
he's on a
playing time.
snap count.
Yes.
Fully believe he's on a snap count.
I mean, they would be stupid not to.
I'm all the way out on Godwin. I'm all the way out on anything Buccaneers right now, to be honest with you, until they show me otherwise.
Just an update on the I Bleach London game. Still 7-0 Vikings.
Hot.
Nothing much happened. Andrew Dalton, 3 for 4, 25 yards.
Snooze fest.
What did I say about Vikings? Well, this is primetime Vikings, too. Let's be honest.
100%.
This is primetime.
It's 100% primetime. It's an isolated game. Makes it primetime.
No. Stop
All the way out. All the way out.
All the way out.
Yeah. It's gross. It's going to be gross. What was the under on this? 25? I'll take it.
7-0 early in the second quarter.
Yeah.
40 new subs today. Let's go. Let's just get to 3,000 today. This is a great day. Just, tell your friends. Hey, send a message. Tell your mama. Hey, just subscribe. There's these 2 fat guys in this Canadian, and they say fuck a lot, and they just throw out fantasy football bangers. Let's do this.
Bangers on bangers.
Rob Johnson said Cousins just threw a pick. Primetime Cousins in the house. Nice.
What up?
Jimbo Fisher, Ayuk, Landry, Penny, or Reynolds?
First of all, Jimbo, hey, thanks for shitting in my punch bowl yesterday. Texas A&M is bad. But we will happily answer your question.
Landry's already playing, so he's out.
Yeah.
Ayuk,
Rashad Penny.
Penny, or Reynolds?
Rashad Penny.
It's Penny here.
Rashad Penny.
I don't know why, but for some reason I like Ayuk this week.
There's not a rationale in that makes a fucking lick of sense to me.
Why not? Where's Jalen Ramsey going to be?
On Ayuk.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
He won't be on Debo?
Mm-mm.
Why not? He's the biggest weapon that they have.
But they move Debo around too much. Exactly what he said.
But Jalen moves around.
No, he doesn't. He plays a side. He's played a side as long as Raheem Morris has been there. Now, every once in a while, you'll get somebody that they're like, oh, fuck it. And I'm trying to – DK Metcalf. He'll follow him around.
Mm-hmm.
He will not follow Debo Samuel around. It's too easy to mitigate him that way because you can put him in the backfield, and then where does Jalen Ramsey go? He's not a fucking linebacker. He has absolutely no idea how to cover this.
Right.
So you're mitigating your best player. He will stay on the outside with Ayuk.
Debo in the backfield, Debo in the slot, Debo as your X, your Y. He's everywhere on the field, and you can't afford – if you're Jalen, you can't afford to be sitting out there going, what do now? Because you're boning yourself. So, yeah, Debo's there.
Okay.
That is Raheem Morris figured this out very early. Jalen Ramsey is very good on a side where I just drop him and he can assess things that way. When you start asking him to do more shit, it's the reason he's never done the Derwin James thing, which is exactly what I thought he was when he came out. He can't assess shit in front of him. It's how the Stephon Diggs thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
You get out of position, your eye discipline gets off, and then bye. Yeah, I don't like Ayuk at all.
Starting Waller or Kittle today? Bill
Kittle.
Buttigieg wants to know. Kittle.
Kittles and bits.
Patterson or Gibson? Patterson.
Yep.
Yes, that's from Landon, Boston. We're like an AA meeting for fantasy football players. Feel free to put your poison of choice in the comments. Mine has always been Devontae Parker. I just can't quit him. Except today. Today I can quit him because he's being thrown to by Brian Hoyer.
Lights wants to know Trent.
Why do you keep saying it that way?
Because there's like a Z and an S, and I just don't know. There's lights.
I'm going to need you to stop doing that. You sound like that fucking weird bastard that had a snake on his head. Said, I'm snake. It's literally snaky snake.
It's a snake.
That's exactly what you sound like.
With
right
Trent out, do you think Kittle will be used more of a blocker today rather than a receiving option?
He will do some of that, and I'll be honest with you, that's why I like him so much. Because they will use those wham blocks. It will leave him on the field a lot, and eventually they're going to lull you to sleep, and he's going to come in motion and go over the top on one of those safeties.
Or he'll pop in like he's gonna he'll pop like he's gonna block and then just immediately release and roll out and hey, wide the fuck open.
Delay release. I could see him having several catches a day on this.
Evan Ingram or Tyler Conklin asking for a friend that's bad at drafting.
Tyler Conklin.
Good for you, Steven Tao.
Oh,
Would you like to hear the list of tight ends in the NFL that have outscored Tyler Conklin through 2 weeks? Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce. You want to hear the list again?
Yeah.
He's 3.
That's it. Andy Dalton, one of the most boring quarterbacks to watch. His best throw of the game so far has been a 10-yard curl.
And touchdown, Chris Olave.
Nice. Chris Olave for 4 whole fucking yards.
Yep.
Awesome.
2 catches, 15 yards, and another tutter.
7-6 bowl game there in London between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints.
that Olave catch has me winning in my flash draft, so don't even worry about it.
Flash draft?
Don't worry, it's over your head.
It's over your head, you condescending fucker.
I am a condescending fucker. I've also been awake for a real long time. So I'm currently running off of nothing but caffeine and hate, so you get what you get.
Drew Gissel. This is how do you feel about starting Hollins for the Raiders, him or Josh Palmer?
Hope we said your name right. Feel free to throw it in the comments. We hate butchering people's names. Josh Palmer. Every day's a great day for Josh Palmer to be a wide receiver 1.
Mm-hmm. I'll agree with that. Armchair.
Yeah, it's Josh Palmer season. If you heard us earlier, definitely Josh Palmer season.
God, when he becomes a legitimate wide receiver 1 and they let Keenan Allen walk.
You're going to be insufferable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to ride that wave all the way to a spot in an NFL front office.
M85 is apparently in a league with J.K. Dobbins is available.
Yes,
and he says drop Garrett Wilson or Josh Palmer. Josh Palmer is not close.
Yeah.
Over Garrett?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
I don't know if I do.
You
I'm
drop
real
Garrett
close
Wilson instead of Josh Palmer?
I mean, I wouldn't
So
drop.
Zach-
I wouldn't want to drop either one. Drop your damn kicker. Drop a fucking defense. Play without a kicker. Trust me, it's very liberating. If you've never done it, it feels like you're doing something dirty. It's like when you used to touch yourself in the shower. Like, I shouldn't do this. It's wrong. But it's good.
It does,
really
but then if you got a close matchup and it comes to Monday night, then you're down to 2 choices between a kicker to try to win your
And that's
win
fine.
your matchup.
And that's fine. They're probably the same guy.
Prefer not to play in leagues with kickers anyway.
100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%. Playing leagues without fucking kickers are not people. That's the one thing Pat, Mack, and I disagree on. Sorry, we're not going to break down punts. Love you, Pat, but fuck the brand.
Fuck the brand.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't let him hear you say that.
No.
Okay.
I own plenty of for the brand shit, so I feel like I've done my due diligence.
I just
Yes, you have.
can't do that. I mean, depending on how strong your starting lineup is, and I wouldn't play without a kicker. But that's just me.
I would be okay dropping Wilson because I think Moore plays better with Wilson.
Well, that's got to be a thin league. If J.K. Dobbins is available, it's a thin league.
Yeah.
I'm curious what the other wide receiver options are.
I am too. I'm curious who else you could drop and who your
There's
kicker
probably
is.
somebody. There's probably
Drop your
somebody to
kicker.
drop.
Let me keep saying this. I'm just going to keep nodding, going, drop your fucking kicker.
Ascendo wants to know Deontay Johnson, Rashad Bateman, or the Lazard King, or does he go double tight end with Freiermuth and Ertz today?
I would go Bateman, Freiermuth.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Avoid Alan Lazard. He's the only guy that's going to be covered.
Yeah, I feel like he gets Jonathan Jones.
Part of me's tempted to go double tight end on that one.
But I hate Ertz.
I'm not.
You hate Ertz?
I don't like Ertz today.
I don't either, to be really honest with you.
Against the Panthers? Aren't the Panthers bad against tight ends?
Let's see.
I don't know that
the
to be
eighth
fact.
best team in the NFL.
Are they
against
really?
tight ends.
Okay.
Through 3 weeks for what that's worth.
Have they played one yet is the question.
David Njoku,
Oh, well, I guess.
Daniel Bellinger, and Juwan Johnson. So
Ertz would be the best one that they played today or this year. I mean,
Him and
Njoku
Njoku
really
are
wasn't
close.
used in that first week. He didn't
the
pop
question
till last
would
week.
be why. You have to remember Jeremy Chin plays on tight ends a lot. And that is not a matchup that I feel warm and fuzzy about.
That's true.
Especially with Zach Ertz, who's about as athletic as a wet fart.
Yeah, because they're not gonna put Xavier Woods on him.
Nope.
No.
I do thoroughly enjoy that. As many times as I've said, throw your drug of choice into the comments, this was the first time I've ever actually seen people do it. Stephen Tao said his is Allen Robinson, and Jason Trump said his is Dalvin Cook. I'm waiting for the person that says Ezekiel Elliott, because that's the right answer to this if you've ever drafted him in your life. Ezekiel Elliott is the heroine of the NFL. If you're him and James Conner, if you're continuing to do it, it's just because you love it way too much.
Mine's Antonio Gibson.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Antonio Brown, and I was going to make it was after you saw that blur. I'm a dick. Why do I have any? How do I have any friends?
We're not real sure. But
Is it just because you sit around and wait for me to turn it on somebody else?
yes, it's because it's super entertaining
it's
when
really
it's somebody
fun
else.
when it's not you.
Right, exactly. Devontae Smith or Christian Kirk in the flex?
God, that one's close. I'm going to say Kirk. I'm looking at the rankings, but I'm 99% sure Kirk's higher.
I'm curious what the matchups are.
Kirk is my 14 once you take out T. Chiggins and Tyreek and those guys.
Slay will be on
Devontae's
Kirk.
in the high 20s.
Slay will be on Kirk.
I
More
would
than likely.
assume so. I like Zay Jones today. Don't ask me why. Gut feeling.
Thoughts,
I'm on
Armchair?
Kirk here. I'm on Kirk here.
He's on Kirk.
I am too.
Yeah. If you heard me earlier, I am all in on Kirk.
I'll be the odd man out. I'll go Devontae Smith.
You know what? At the end of this show, we haven't done this yet this year, but I'm going to do it today. At the end of this show, I'm going to give a lineup that is all players that I have in 0 places on DraftKings, and I want somebody to play it. And you know what? If you make a shitload of money, maybe you throw Jeremy a couple bucks. Maybe you say, hey, thanks for making me not think.
I'll play it.
Because I've been tinkering with my shit since we've started this show. I have now come up with my lineup, and there is a full lineup of players that are not in it that I like a lot.
Chris Olave has the nickname Gold Sonic now. Is that what that is?
Maybe.
Colin Greene threw out touchdown Gold Sonic.
Indeed.
I don't hate it if that is. That's not a bad
Apparently,
name.
Lewis Sin got hurt, and it was ugly.
Oh, poor guy.
Stephen Towle said he hopes he beats me today by only his kicker. I'm going to bet you don't. I mean, it's happened before.
Sure.
Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, or Khalil Herbert in the flex. Full PPR.
God, Bob Camp, your team is good.
Must be.
It's
Aaron Jones. I don't feel like you can ever sit Aaron Jones.
You 100% can. I would go Khalil Herbert.
Yeah.
There are not many running backs I have ahead of Khalil Herbert today. Now, I will say this. If Leonard Williams is up, it doesn't really change it. It just Herbert now goes behind Jamal Williams and probably goes behind Aaron Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With no Leonard Williams, that defense is a fucking sieve, and they do not have another running back on this roster that is worth playing. Do not throw Treston Ebner at me. He is bad at footballs.
Yeah, it's a hard pass.
Pennywise says his drug of choice is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Well, what?
That's
why? Do you hate yourself?
Why?
I've said this before. He's a good fantasy football running back because he fucks up and he fucks around and falls into the end zone a lot.
Yeah,
he never means to.
I don't know. Making Clyde Edwards-Helaire your drug of choice is like saying that you snort marijuana. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense.
He's the number 4 running back in PPR right now, but I will say.
Yeah, but do you think it's going to continue?
Oh God, no.
That's the thing.
In the new Madden game, there's one of the still shots is Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Ezekiel Elliott jersey swapping each other. And every time I see that, I think, man, that's like $8 worth of jerseys right there. I wonder if they put those in their bathrooms. Like, Zeke signed this for me. I put it where I poop.
Rob Johnson says with St. Brown out, he's stuck playing Zeke in the flex. His only other choices are Travis Etienne and Jahan Dotson.
I like Jahan Dotson better than Zeke.
I would too. I'm Seacrest out on Zeke.
I've been Seacrest out on Zeke for 2 years.
Me too. Because he sucks.
Haven't come back to him, and I don't plan on anytime soon.
Stone Sports Podcast, drug of choice is A.J. Dillon lately.
Oh, and he's a good drug too. He's like that weird club drug you take because it makes dirty things better.
He says, but history shows that it's insert Jags receiver here, but Kirk is finally paying off.
Correct.
So, good for you. Drug of choice for Ascendo is Randy Moss. If you know, you know. And now it's Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson. He's a fun one.
Yeah. Apparently I don't know. I don't get the Randy Moss reference, did you?
Not particularly.
Okay.
But
All right, cool. Just want to make sure I wasn't the only one on that one.
Jason Trump, thoughts on ATL running backs? It's Cordero Patterson. And end of message. Repeat the line.
Oh, indeed. Has Tyler Algier done anything this year?
Well, he played a whole 21 snaps last week, which was 2 more than he played the week before that, and he played 0 the week before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will say Algier has now passed Avery Williams as the actual backup. But, I mean, you're even with him hurt, Cordero Patterson's playing 65% snaps.
Mm-hmm. Kelvin Joyner says, is Herbert a long-term play, or is Montgomery coming back soon? I mean, Montgomery's supposed to be coming back soon. I haven't heard that it's going to be a long injury for him.
I'm not sure that Khalil Herbert's not the starter there anyway. David Montgomery is in a free agent year. They have absolutely no interest in bringing him back. They will run him into the ground the way Denver did with Melvin Gordon last year.
See, that's the thing that I'm thinking is like Khalil Herbert long-term dynasty, absolutely hang on to him, but the rest of this year, if you're just playing in a standard league, year-to-year league, Montgomery is to me the way to go.
If you own Herbert in a redraft league, I wouldn't be afraid to dangle that as trade bait out.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
See what you can get. I'm open to it.
Zay Jones or Palmer for a non-PPR?
First of all, don't play non-PPR. Those are infuriating leagues.
Well, look, maybe they haven't discovered PPR up in West Virginia yet. West Virginia, Willie, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You pull for a team that should have lost to fucking Missouri. So, maybe don't talk shit about our state. I will go. God, fuck, that's close. I'm actually going to have to look at the rings on that one because I'm not sure.
Yeah, it might be Zay Jones. I was Palmer first, but I think it might be Jones.
Josh Palmer. By more than. I may have fucked that up. It's always good to hear. Well, I mean, the way I do rankings, it's the fairest way possible. I go through, I set the score for the game. The analytics bear out the rest of it. I have no say in it. It's fair.
It's all part of the plan.
Justin Parton says he finally found somebody in the league willing to take Zeke off his hands, but he has to trade Zeke for Allen Robinson. It's a dynasty league.
I feel like you could get better than Allen Robinson, but I probably would still do it. I would trade Zeke for an over-the-pants handy.
From Antonio Brown.
Pick thrown in.
So,
see if you can get a pick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can get a pick, I'm in.
Give me a third.
Done.
Give me a third and Allen Robinson for Zeke. Stone Sports Podcast says Amon.
You skipped JD. You're bad at this.
What do you mean?
JD asked Hall at running back against the Pittsburgh defense. Absolutely. I love Breece Hall today. I love him so much. I just want to put on my Breece Hall jersey and dance around.
Do you have one of those yet?
No, but I probably will.
Probably.
Here's the thing. I'm weird about Jets jerseys because that has been the kiss of death. Because either they get traded or die a gruesome fantasy death.
So you should say, no, I'm not getting one of those. You should want him to stick around for a while.
But I want one. I want to wear it.
You already have one with your name on the back of it. You don't need another one.
Yeah, that's how bad my team sucks. I had to get a jersey with my fucking name and number on it. Because you can't get rid of me. As evidenced by the last 10 years where you hadn't made a fucking playoff appearance.
That's very true. Who else are you going to get? Joe Namath?
I have a Joe Namath jersey.
Sanchez. He's got a Mark Sanchez.
I do have a Mark Sanchez jersey.
I knew you would. Old Buffalo.
There's also a story that goes along with that that I cannot tell on this show, even when it's uncensored.
Now I feel like you have to tell the story.
Nope. Won't do it. Can't make me. Won't do it. No, sir.
All right, Stone Sports Podcast says Amon is out, so Drake London or Terry McLaurin in the flex. I'm going Terry, but it's close. He says Kareem Hunt and Ramondre Stevenson are also options, but he's leaning on London.
I'm going Drake London.
Yeah, I think I'm on London too.
I'm going Drake London.
I don't think F1 gets the play today for the Commanders.
He just has more there's more competition for targets.
Yeah.
With him that scares me, especially with Trayvon Diggs. Because if you get burnt once, let's say Wentz throws a pick, and it's very possible that you don't throw it Trayvon Diggs again.
Mm-hmm.
You just start looking around at Jordan Lewis going, oh, yeah, Curtis Samuel is dusting you.
Bill Buttigieg wants to know in the flex, does he go Jahan Dotson or Romeo Doubs?
Romeo Doubs!
Yeah, it's Doubs.
Oh,
I love Romeo Doubs today.
Totally. West Virginia Willie says Tank won't be talking hot shit when his team gets beat by Tennessee by 40. Yeah. We're not ready for that. We're not ready for that.
I hope they skull fuck you. I really do. I hope they hold you down and just deep dick you. Just for how laissez-faire you've been about the fact that you struggled like hell with Kent State and should have fucking lost to Missouri. Because you have the mailman, pew pew, and he sucks arse.
Mm-hmm. The last 2 games especially.
Daniel Hillman's lineup is Lamar, Jamal Williams, Javonte Williams, Stephon Diggs, A.J. Brown, Mark Andrews, and Herbert in the flex. He says, am I good today?
Yep.
Are you at A? Are you in a 4-team league? B, I feel like you should now be the 4th on this show.
Drafting with children.
I don't care if you are drafting with children. The fact that your team is that good, because you have late added Khalil Herbert and Jamal Williams. You either drafted both late, which I struggle to believe.
Nobody pays attention on waivers.
Are you good? You're playing half of my DraftKings team. So,
yeah, you're good.
Yes, I'm going to say, unless you're playing me or Matthew Berry, I don't like their chances of beating you.
What's a good trade value for Cam Akers? Kelvin Joyner wants to know. With Pierce arriving, he's buried on my bench.
Give me just a moment. Talk amongst yourselves.
Is this redraft or dynasty? I would have to ask.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Because the value is going to be a little different depending on the 2.
Not really.
Really?
I mean, it's slightly different, but it's not tremendously. Good trade value for Akers right now. I'm going to say one that's going to sound a little strange. Dave Montgomery.
Okay.
With him hurt, unstable, people freak out about Herbert because they're not thinking about the fact he's in a contract year. Now, this is for redraft. At Dynasty, I have no idea where David Montgomery ends up next year. It could be the fucking Dolphins, and that's where running backs go to die.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a Dynasty league, let's see. If it's a Dynasty league, I would.
It's a 1-year standard PPR.
1-year standard PPR, David Montgomery. And I would literally offer it and let him sit there and think about it, because I guarantee you the more he thinks about it, the more likely he is to do it. Do it. Stone Sports Podcast asked, do I have a go-to dance in the Hall jersey? Absolutely. I have a fun, sexy dance that I show HWA after Jet wins. She's seen it exactly 6 times in 4 years.
Hillman says it's a 10-team PPR. They stupid drafted first-round QBs and didn't take Lamar.
Holy shit.
That's ridiculous.
I'm in a super flex dynasty that was started this year. I took Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert at the turn. 12 and 13, and I am deep dicking that entire league.
Good for fucking you.
My roster is ridiculous.
I did the same thing in a 2-quarterback league. It's not a super flex. Like, you have to start 2 quarterbacks. And I just went first 2 picks, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Done.
I am deep dicking everybody.
Yeah, and I'll tell you a fun strategy outside of that, and this is a thing for next year, because I'm going to coin this as this is going to be the Jeremy Greene strategy. Take 2 tight ends. I've done it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many trade offers I get a week? I have some combination of Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts in damn near every league I'm in, except the half-point per carry leagues where now tight ends are irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coining that as the Mullet's Manifesto.
Paul Richardson, you are justified in your decision here. He says Kittle hasn't done a damn thing, but I'm going to keep him until he goes off. He's
100%.
Going to eventually.
No doubt.
He is a wait and see.
Yeah, you missed the Joker. You're struggling.
The Joker.
Who to start full in the flex, full PPR? Jeff Wilson, Rashad Penny, Ramondre Stevenson.
Rashad Penny, I think.
Yep.
Jeff Wilson's the 2 there.
It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries.
Chris D. In the flex, Mike Williams or A.J. Dillon, half PPR.
Mike Williams, A.J.
I'd go A.J.
I'm going to go Mike Williams. I love Mike Williams today. I do not see how he doesn't go off with Derek Stingley on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know that fun game that Herbert likes to play of, fuck it, Mike Williams down there somewhere. He's going to do that 3 or 4 times today.
Yeah.
And guess what? Mike's going to be down there.
PPR start 3. Eckler, Damien Pierce, Khalil Herbert, or Javonte Williams. What the
God bless.
Damn. Start 3, so drop one of the following, or sit one of the following.
Eckler's the one you sit.
Eckler.
Yeah.
Eckler's the one you sit, and it's not all that close.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I know you drafted him higher than any of those other
Nobody
guys,
cares.
but it doesn't
I
matter.
don't give a fuck where you drafted him.
No.
It's fantasy football. It doesn't matter where you drafted him. Doesn't matter how much money they
I
make.
understand that, but I don't feel like everybody understands that. Like,
You
I
should.
spent my first-round draft pick on this guy. I have to play him because he's got so much potential.
I 95 times out of 100 don't even know where I drafted a guy. I don't fucking care.
Once the draft is over, it doesn't matter.
Nope.
Should I flex Juju or James Robinson for a half PPR?
James Robinson.
Morning,
not close.
Lisa. I hadn't seen her name yet, so morning, Lisa.
She was in here before you got here.
Okay,
She likes me better. It's fine. I get it.
James
A lot of
Robinson.
people do. I'm in an asshole mood today just because I didn't sleep worth a shit. Again.
And then we had you. London had you up early, that's all.
London had me up early. Although 40 new subs. So you know what? That puts me in a much rosier mood.
Mm-hmm. By the way, scoring update. 1:15 to go in the second quarter. It's still 7-7. Vikings and the Saints in London.
However,
God,
Saints are in scoring position.
How did they set the over at 40.5 on this? Smash that under. Holy cow.
I mean, here's the thing. If the Vikings score right here, you're well on your way to hitting the over.
I know.
What was the number?
40.5.
40.5?
Actually, it ended at 42.
42. Okay.
That was the universal number.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Daniel Hillman says, why did everybody sleep on Lamar this year? I'm in 2 money drafts, and I have Lamar and Andrews in both. I can't answer the question.
I can.
Why?
Because and I figured this out a long time ago. But it keeps being reaffirmed. 42% of people are absolute fucking morons. Like that, there's just no other way to say it.
Okay.
Look at any poll. If there's something that is just dumbfoundingly stupid, do you believe in Joe Biden? 42% of people go, yep, because 42% of people are complete fucking morons. Not saying all those people are, just saying that's the percentage. I figured it out. It's a scientific fact.
Mm-hmm.
That is part of it. The other part is that they have no receivers. And so people, for whatever reason, cannot figure out that it does not matter who the receivers with Lamar Jackson are because he runs around, does a lot of his damage as a running back. I want you to think about this. What do you think about this? If you took the running stats away, Lamar Jackson's QB3. If you took away all the throwing stats, he's RB11. He's an RB1 and a QB1 in the same fucking player. He's a cheat code. He's been a cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't figure it out. I don't know why, but they don't.
Satisfied Browns fans says Jahan Dotson or Garrett Wilson.
Jahan Dotson.
Dotson.
Yeah, I'll go with I'll go with the crowd on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I got to trust Jeremy when it comes to the Jets, and he says that it's now gonna be Elijah Moore time.
Jeremy and the Jets. Jeremy and the Jets.
Thanks, Lisa. She says she likes me too, only when I'm not talking about
Well, you're not talking about Tampa Bay. See, I
Buccaneers.
thought you were going to leave that part out.
No, of course not.
Here's the
It's
thing.
her opinion. She's got her right
Here's
to her
the thing.
opinion.
Most people like Tank, except when he talks about his team's #NoHomer.
Yeah. Jonathan Welch says, don't jinx it. He hasn't fired them cannons once yet this year. Because there are no cannons to fire.
Yeah,
you have to score points on offense to fire cannons. We can't fucking do that.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Because now, the way the sound is run, if he tries to fire them cannons, I can go right over top of it. I like it.
Brandon Cooks or Ramondre Stevenson in the flex half PPR. Cooks, not close for me.
In a half PPR?
Yeah.
It's close.
It's close.
It's the half PPR thing that bothers me. You have to think Brandon Cooks is going to hit a big old biggin, and I really don't. I would probably go Ramondre.
I think I'm on Ramondre in a half PPR. If it was a full PPR, I'd go Cooks.
I mean, is Ramondre getting that much towed? I thought Damian Harris was out carrying him
Definition
by a
of
lot.
a split.
Back.
It is
like
a
50-50.
Okay.
Like 50-50.
So far this year, Damien Harris has played 74 snaps to Ramondre Stevenson's 97. He's been on the field for over half of their snaps.
Is the carry share equal, comparable?
Give me a minute, I'll tell you.
Just curious.
Like I said, a lot of information. Just takes me a second to get. Damien Harris has out-carried him by 6. Ramondre Stevenson has out-targeted Damien Harris by 1. So, yes, it's literally the definition of a split.
This is one I've never heard before. Daniel Hillman says he's not trying to be funny, but it's uncanny how Tank looks like Dan Patrick. Do I?
Not to me.
Never thought about it.
No. Tank, at this point in his this is going to be mean.
Oh,
of
course
you
it
should
is.
know.
You're talking. It's going to be mean, of course.
Yeah. Tank at this point looks like a combination of Sloth from the Goonies, Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings, and
it's got to be somebody with big ears.
Dumbo the Flying Elephant.
Dumbo the Flying Elephant.
Bingo.
Nice.
Much of what I say is asshole-ish.
Rob
That's what I
Johnson
do.
says, will the receptions for Breece Hall go down with Zach Wilson starting now? I'm
No.
scared to play Breece over Curtis Samuel. He's been solid all year.
I can't tell you I'd play Breece over Curtis Samuel until I saw it, but I'm not worried about the targets for Breece Hall going down. I think the workload is going to get drastically higher.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you right now, with 2 backup tackles, there is not a snowball's chance in hell Mike LaFleur is going to trot him out there to throw 44 times. I would say it's probably more of a 60-40 running split now, which makes me like the Jets way better.
Saints just turned it over, going toward the half, and Minnesota just got on the board with a field goal.
Again?
Jesus, that was quick.
Who was the turnover on? It's a fumble by Andrew Dalton.
Nice.
Strip sack on
Dalvin Tomlinson forcing the fumble.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Jonathan Welch
turned it over at the New Orleans 20, and then Vikings were like, yeah, we'll take this cheap shot field goal.
Jonathan Welch said, whatever you're watching is 20 seconds ahead of the rest of the planet. So we're going to have to delay these things a little bit.
I'm watching the score tracker on ESPN because we don't get the NFL Network in here.
Oh, we can. There's a stick in my bag.
Oh, is the stick in your bag? I didn't even know that.
Also the name of Jeremy's sex tape.
Bingo.
Oh, stick in my bag. Nice.
Wait.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
My sex tape sold worse than Jeffrey Dahmer's dad's book.
Oh, God. I still haven't watched that yet.
You should immediately. It's awesome.
I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to be swayed by all these Facebook posts that I'm seeing of, don't let the devil in your house. This is the most awful, mind-washing thing you've ever said. Like, if I watch it, I'm going to become a serial killer? Is that what you're trying to lead me to believe?
Are you sympathizing with Jeffrey Dahmer? Because I don't think that's how that was meant to go.
Like, don't watch this. It's just evil and awful. Well, we get it. It's supposed to be a scary show.
You let the devil into your house the second your team signed Tom Brady, and you were full in.
Bingo.
I got a Super Bowl trophy out of it. Don't give a shit.
You cast that devil out of your house right now. Don't ask me why anytime I reference the devil, I turn into like every relative I have. The West Virginia comes out. I don't want your life.
Because that's how
Also go full Jonathan Moxon.
Because when have you ever heard somebody from the city talk that way? You've never heard like some, buttoned up banker from New York City talk about, you should really get the devil out of your life today.
Yeah, David. Somebody that talks like David Zach will never say that.
No,
ever.
It's always some weirdo standing on the side of the road going, "God hates queers."
And Sports Take is
# Georgetown Baptist Church.
Sure we don't go completely off the rails here. Nola says Brady or Mariota.
And Tank is super canceled. Armchair, are you available to do a show with me at 3 o'clock every day?
Yeah, we'll see what we could do there.
Fuck yeah. Saddle up, ride. Caleb, I need somebody to push buttons.
Brent Cottanola says Brady or Mariota, so I can get us back on track before we go completely off the rails. It's Mariota by a mile. Don't trust Brady with anything.
I would agree.
I don't even know where we are.
Of course you don't. I'm not sure you know where you are.
I'm hoping not to in about an hour.
To the cloud!
John asked, who should I start, Gallup, Marvin Jones Jr., or Woods?
No.
Yeah.
Is no an acceptable answer? Like, there has to be somebody better than that out there. I'm super out on all three of those.
Really?
Marvin Jones is clearly the 3 in Jacksonville.
Marvin Jones not doing it for you?
If I had to play one, it's Michael Gallup, who I'm not even 100% sure is going to play.
Oh, he's in.
He is in? Okay. Yeah, then it's Michael Gallup.
Today, but if you had to, it's Gallup.
Jimbo Fisher wants to know Cortland Sutton, Curtis Samuel, or Pierce in the PPR.
I'm going Damien Pierce.
Damien Pierce for sure.
Yeah. I'm leaning the running back on that one. No doubt. Hillman says running backs are Harris, both Williams, Herbert, Pollard, and Gibson. Which 3 do I start? Jesus. Well, Najee.
I'm not
and
sure.
both Williams.
I wouldn't.
Really?
I'm not starting Najee today. Najee's not my top 20 today.
So you go
if I've got
both Williams
Javonte.
and Herbert?
If I've got formerly fat Jamal Williams and Javonte, those 2.
And then Herbert.
And Herbert, yep. That's exactly what I would do. The Pittsburgh Steelers cannot run a greasy peg up a cat's ass. And trust me, the Jets know that. And in terms of matching up at corner, Ahmad Sauce Gardner on George Pickens, DJ Reed on Deontay Johnson, and probably Bryce Hall or
Brees.
No, Brees Hall's a running back. Bryce Hall on Claypool, which means I probably like Claypool because Bryce Hall sucks.
Tom Brady or Mariota?
Oh, we already answered that one. Mariota by a lot.
Okay.
West Virginia Willie said Tank is Virginia prejudice. I know. Why do you think I'm such a dick to him? He talks a lot of smoke about my state, so our state.
It's just West Virginia.
State.
It's just West Virginia, not necessarily Virginia. Virginia is pretty much the same as North Carolina. West Virginia, it's like you went more north, but you got more south.
Correct.
Virginia's for lovers. West Virginia's for cousins.
Oh!
I'm just kidding.
Good job, Armchair.
Hey, here's the thing. You may not want to admit this, but we've all got a cousin that if it was thrown at you, you'd take it. Yeah, you can tell the truth. You can lie about it. I'm just willing to admit it out loud.
Gerald Everett or Dawson Knox.
I love that Armchair's like, darts.
He's like,
We're
God damn it.
darts.
I'm from Canada, and we don't do that here.
Generations with the...
I'm your huckleberry.
Thank you very much, Generations. We appreciate you greatly. Oh.
DJ Moore or Michael Gallup from B. Malik? I go DJ.
God, it's gross, but I would probably go DJ too.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
DJ
like the quarterback.
at some point is going to have a breakout game. I don't think it's today, but he will at some point.
I was going to say you don't like the quarterback, but look at the Arizona secondary.
No, Baker Mayfield is the cousin-loving quarterback. I mean, it's not fun. You wouldn't admit it in open court, but there he is. I feel like Tank just reading Tank reading the comments.
Because I'm trying to sort through which ones are actual
questions. He's turning
questions.
into a dog looking at the answering machine like, owner's not here. Why do I hear
I have
voice?
to turn my head this way or else I'm going to knock into the microphone with my nose. And then see that happens, and I got to adjust it back.
Daniel Hillman asked, what do we think the punishment's going to be for the Dolphins? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I think the doctor got the punishment.
Not a damn thing.
But, I mean, the further down the rabbit hole you go, all right, you find your scapegoat in the doctor. These people that keep blaming Mike McDaniels are hard for me to understand.
Mm-hmm. They've already
he's
said.
beholden to what the med team tells him.
Right. The doctor has already
It's
been
not
fired.
like he went in there all Bud Kilburn went, can he play?
And the doctor wasn't the Dolphins doctor. The doctor that was fired was the independent neuro guy.
That's who should have been. That's who should have been fired. The guy that was like, yeah, he's fine.
He's
he
fine.
was not fine. He was most definitely not fine.
And
I don't feel like there's a penalty coming for the Miami Dolphins for trusting the guy that the league said was supposed to be good.
I don't see how you can blame the Dolphins in this case. This is clearly an independent neurologist that messed up badly.
I feel like there's going to be a documentary about this that's narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Could be.
And it was determined that he was not fine at all.
Kelvin Joyner says, with the Trey Lance injury, I've rotated quarterbacks every week. Is there a safe option that comes to mind until Watson is back against the Houston Texans?
Marcus Mariota?
I mean, normally I would.
Mariota's that's my answer today.
I would think Jared Goff would be a possibility of being out there on the waiver wire, but this is not a week to get him because he has no weapons.
Ronnie George, our last week winner of the Battle for the Belt, asked if the link was live for DraftKings, and I just pinned it to the top of the chat.
John wants to know, should I start Devontae Parker tonight instead of Gallup, Marvin Jones, or Robert Woods? I would say yes.
I'm going to say no. He catches Jair Alexander. I'm out. With Brian Hoyer.
Avoid Patriots,
That's
please.
the third one. Schmeigel, Lord of the Rings. Sloth from the Goonies. Brian Hoyer.
That's who I look like?
Yep, because he's bald as fuck, too. And he's got a head that looks like a pool ball.
Gotcha. Mine doesn't look like a pool ball. It looks like an egg.
Yours looks like it kind of does look like an egg. Humpty Dumpty, Brian Hoyer, Sloth from the Goonies, Schmeigel from Lord of the Rings.
Schmeigel.
It's the precious. It's the precious. Give us the precious.
So who would you go in that scenario? Gallup, Marvin Jones, or Woods if you're out on Devontae Parker?
It's Gallup.
Gallup has the highest upside.
And it's gross.
Hollywood or Bateman?
Bateman.
Ramondre
Stevens or Jerry Jeudy? PPR.
I don't know who Ramondre Stevens is, but Ramondre Stevenson would, in PPR, I'd go Jerry Jeudy. Because for whatever reason, I'm completely out on Cortland Sutton, but I'm not completely out on Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I
just think Green Bay's going to smoke New England.
They are.
Brent Contenola wants to know Dawson Knox or Gerald Everett?
I know what the rankings say.
The rankings say Knox, don't they?
No, the rankings say Gerald Everett.
Really?
But I'm in on Dawson Knox over Everett here. I don't trust Everett.
I am too. This is such a good matchup for Everett. And Dawson Knox has been fucking irrelevant.
Yeah.
I mean, in 3 games, he does have 9 catches, but they're for 71 yards.
Well, it says there's a troll from The Hobbit that is a dead ringer for Tank. Yeah, there is, actually.
Precious.
One of those 3 giant trolls that kidnaps the hobbits. Yeah.
Give us the precious. It's about the precious.
Should Jeudy start over Josh Palmer? Zach Holt wants to know.
Anthony Hurt said he can't believe I pulled out Sloth. That's because I'm a dick.
That's always been the go-to, though. I've always made that comparison because my head does this little slopey thing on the top.
It's pointed. He's the only.
It's very pointed, very like Zippy the Pinhead kind of looking thing.
He looks like Dan Aykroyd in the Coneheads.
Right. And so when you kind of do it this way and you kind of cross your eyes and do that,
I'm never going to unsee that. Yep, and I'm gonna screenshot that shit and use it for something nefarious later. Zach Holt, would you go Jeudy over Palmer? Yes, I would. Peter Griffin.
I'm your huckleberry.
Thoughts on Hawkinson? Here's the thing. Jared Goff's going to throw to somebody. And I don't really believe in Craig Reynolds. I don't really believe in Josh Reynolds. I don't really believe in Quintez Cephas, even though it's a very fun name to say. I mean, for me, it's Khalif Raymond or T.J. Hawkinson, and in terms of tight ends today, there's just not many I like better than Hawk.
Yeah, the only Cephas you should ever trust is Bo Cephas.
Or the Cephas pitch.
RotoWire has Hawk as the number one projected.
Look at you making a baseball reference.
I did. I have him at 4, so I mean,
Andrews Firemouth probably up there as well.
Brent Cottonola said, David, good job on the last name. Jeremy hadn't been able to get it for years. I think I said the same thing that you did. It's my West Virginia accent. I'll blame that forever.
I said it more Canadian. That's all.
He went more a boot.
I did.
Chubb or Hunt today against the Falcons from JD. Chubb.
I feel like one of them is going to be good. And I would, that fucking Falcons-Browns game is still the weirdest one on the slate to me. I cannot figure out what Vegas is seeing that makes that only a 1-point lean.
Mm-hmm.
You watch, it's going to be a blowout. It's just going to be a complete, just burner. Jacoby Brissett throw for 400 yards, and we're not going to understand any of it.
If Jacoby Brissett throws for 400 yards, I will cover myself in baby oil and slide down Tunnel Road.
And if he does, you know what that means? It's DPJ day, baby.
Oh, God.
I got to work him into every show. He's my Josh Palmer. There you go. There's my drug of choice now.
Yeah, there's only one difference. Josh Palmer has actually had a good game.
DPJ not done that yet.
I think we had DPJ on one DFS show last year. One.
I have to throw this out there. Ben Malik said, we don't say a boot. Never heard that besides in parodies. I swear to you, Dave did it earlier today. And I said, that is the first time you have ever done that.
A boot?
A boot.
No, it was
he
sorry.
He actually went more.
I gave you a sorry.
He did do a sorry.
He did do a sorry. That's the full Alex Trebek. Ooh, sorry. The answer we were looking for, what is the Doppler effect?
We don't say a boot. Terrence and Phillip disagree.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, I got news for you.
I learned everything I learned about Canada from South Park.
I was genuinely about to say I would wager Tank knows nothing about Canada except for what Terrence and Phillip gave him.
It was Terrence and Phillip and what was that John Candy movie? Canadian Bacon?
And Degrassi. Did you learn a lot from Degrassi when you watched it in school?
Neil Tyson Degrassi?
I think you mean Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, that guy. That guy.
That is very different.
Yeah,
He's an
100%.
astrophysicist.
Yeah.
Degrassi's the show which had Drake on it.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah, never heard of
Yeah,
it.
Drake was in a wheelchair, and he said a boot a lot.
Thanks, Jimmy.
What was that, like Canada's Saved by the Bell?
Pretty much,
Okay.
actually.
All
That's
right.
exactly what it was.
All right.
I think they showed it in school.
I think I have seen the posters of that.
Yeah, and I think it's still running. Armchair could probably speak to that better than I can.
I think Degrassi's still on. They've morphed it like 100 different times at this point. So
yeah, that's also why I cannot respect Drake as one of the great rappers of all time. For me, you will always be the kid in a wheelchair on Degrassi, so it's hard for me to look at you as hard.
Did you ever watch that show?
Goes,
they
handicapped
showed
Drake,
it.
not space scientist man.
Yeah. Yes. Stone Sports Podcast. Phenomenal.
Wait, they showed it at TC when you were there?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, actually, I think that was at Valley Springs. They made us watch it on Fridays. And I remember thinking, what educational merit am I getting from this?
Right.
None.
It was god-awful. It was.
They
show it to your children. I promise you.
The whole point of the show was to deal with lesser talked about taboo subjects. And the original, 1980s pre-Drake Degrassi did that.
Oh, yeah.
So it was Saved by the Bell.
No, 100%. And here's the thing. The thing that always blew my mind about that show is that it was filmed in 2002, but it looked like it was filmed in 1987, which I never could really wrap my brain around that.
The original Degrassi was, so you're thinking the Next Generation with Drake, but there was one before that.
Yeah, so the only one I ever saw was the one with Drake. And I'm pretty sure Drake and I are the same age. If we're not, we're damn close.
The original was the Kids of Degrassi Street, which was 79 to 96. I have Wikipedia up. I don't just know this.
I was about to say, if you're just throwing out Degrassi bangers right now, you know more dumb shit than I do.
And then there was Degrassi Junior High and Degrassi High, which was 87 to 91.
If you had a Oh, where's my bunny? I haven't got to use this fucking bunny after
where's
I made
the bunny?
Come here, bunny. Doop. There he is. Just look at him dance. Doop, doop, doo-doo-doo. Down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole.
We're way off the rails now.
100%.
That's fine.
And here's the thing. That's really the beauty of what we do here.
Jesus Christ of the league. Is that new?
That's
new.
That's
new. Morning, Lord. I just traded Romeo Dubs for Edwards-Helaire. Thoughts?
You done messed up, Aaron?
No. Here's the
is it-
thing.
I mean,
Clyde
forever?
Edwards-Helaire is not
Is this-
he's not a good real-life running back. He fucks around and scores touchdowns. He has, I think the stat is he's played 36 games in his career, has 23 touchdowns. I mean, I'm fine with it. It's easier to find receivers than it is to find running backs.
Mm-hmm.
So
This is true.
I mean, and look, I love Romeo Dubs.
It's getting worse every
It's
time you
100%
do it.
worse. No doubt.
It is. Yeah.
Jonathan Welch said, put the bunny back in the box.
Stephen Tao, I blame Canada for Drake and Bieber. As you should.
Me too. But I give them credit for armchair commentary and Safwan bin Malik. So,
Yes.
yeah, evens out.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
It evens out.
Indeed.
I got to go have nicotine. I'll return momentarily.
I will return momentarily. Andy Dalton has actually been serviceable. Can't wait until Michael Thomas and Kamara get back, says cousin Colin Greene. I mean, okay.
We're cheering for serviceable now?
Yeah, serviceable. Serviceable. Well, think about it, Armchair. Serviceable is better than god-awful Jameis Winston.
To be fair, Jameis Winston had like 4 fractures in his back.
Yeah.
And probably shouldn't have been playing at all. I don't know how someone does that and thinks this is a good idea. I'm going to get hit by guys that are real big and want to hurt me real bad with fractures in my back. So I don't understand that.
I don't either. I don't either, but the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 13-7 lead in the third quarter.
Unreal. This is such a bad game. How do you feel about the London games? I said it earlier that I like that it spreads the sport abroad.
Yes.
It gives other people an opportunity, but they are just, there's never been like I feel like if you want to do this, you should send 2 teams that are like bound to get in a shootout that forget to play defense and not primetime Kirk Cousins and the second team Saints.
I just don't know if it's the travel that takes it out of everybody that goes. I mean, if this game had been played in New Orleans or in Minnesota, I guess Minnesota's the home team, are they?
Yeah.
So if it had been played in Minnesota, would we have so many inactives? Like, would Alvin Kamara be ready to go? Would, or do they just chalk it up as this is going to be a fucked up day? We don't really need to play our guys anyway. Let's just go out here and give them a show and get the fuck out of here. Because I feel like that's what it is. Because even if, I'm trying to think. We've had maybe 2 good matchups because we don't normally get good matchups in the international series. Yeah. But even when you do have them, I don't feel like we get good games.
Look, it's an 8-hour flight from New Orleans to London. And I look at that and I go, I don't understand why if this is your rest week, let's say that the London games, in my opinion, should always be after a bye where you have a long week, or if you're like playing the Thursday and you have the Thursday to the like next Monday or Sunday where you have a long week and then your bye after.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand how it's like the plane travel shouldn't be what's killing you here. Teams go coast to coast all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. 8 hours, you can deal with it. You're there way ahead of time. Like these guys aren't just, it's not like they touch down on like Saturday afternoon and are like, all right, we're going to play football Sunday. They've been there all week. They've been doing the prep work. They probably got in early. And I just feel like for whatever for whatever reason, they haven't figured out which teams are the best teams to send over. Like I mentioned earlier, probably has to do with the rights to the market. I know that there's rules around who can market in wherever you are internationally,
mm-hmm.
Which is hilarious to me, but it is what it is. I think that ultimately they need to find some shootout-y teams because scoring sells this game. Like, if you're new to the game, you're not thinking to yourself, I want good old-fashioned defensive struggle. Like, in baseball, dingers sell the game.
Mm-hmm.
You and I may appreciate a Mark Burley pitching matchup because of the way he goes about his game, but it's not going to sell it. You want to see the long ball, and I think you need to see touchdowns. You're not seeing it here. We've had 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals in this game. That's gross.
I mean, the last high-scoring game you had in the London games, in the England games, was Carolina and Tampa Bay in 2019, when Carolina beat my Bucks 37-26.
I remember that. That was a good day.
Yeah, it's gross.
God, I love watching your team lose.
Yeah, it's so gross.
I love watching your team lose almost as much as I like watching mine win. And they happen about as frequently.
I mean, that was back when we had Jameis Winston, so, I mean,
that happened
gross.
more.
It was gross. It happened more. And then Jacksonville Jaguars and Buffalo Bills in 2015, 34-31. The rest of it has all been just kind of, there was a 27-27 Washington Cincinnati tie.
Yeah.
33-16, the Vikings over the Browns. And then you got a whole bunch of blowouts.
Yep.
Kansas City Chiefs 45-10 over the Detroit Lions. Like, this is what you're getting when you put on these international games. And it's good for the sport. I guess it's good for the fans over there that they get an opportunity to show up and cheer for an NFL team, or just be there to see NFL action, because they don't get to do that over here.
They have to have 10 crumpets for the Tottenham match. Meanwhile, over here, I woke up early to a domestic light and a little Debbie cake. America. That's actually factually accurate. I had a little Debbie cinnamon roll and a Coors Light sitting in this chair before I hit the camera.
Good for you.
I needed that domestic light.
Sky Empire, it's Pitts all day long. No David Njoku.
And next week we got Green Bay and the Giants.
Yep, which means we'll be doing this again next week.
Then on October 30th, we got the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Also, yeah.
And then you got the Germany game on November 13th with my Bucks against the Seahawks.
Hot.
Fuck.
Apparently we don't want Germany to be into this sport. Have we answered the slew of questions?
We've been talking about the international game, whether or not.
Well, I thought you were talking about baseball, and I was going to have to yell.
No,
it was a nice baseball reference.
I do love the fact that ESPN thinks we all give a shit about the Yankees' single-season home run record.
Do you know how pissed off I was when they split screened in during my Florida State game yesterday? By the way, I fucking told you.
What?
Florida State, Wake Forest. That went exactly how I thought it would.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tried to throw a little love to your team. They're going to be a little different.
Fuck Mike Norvell.
Yeah. Oh, you're back on
Empire,
that now.
100%. Fuck him.
Sky Empire, DK, Lazard, or Romeo Dobbs. Full PPR.
I'm going DK.
Yeah, me too.
DK is one of my favorite plays today. Oh, that reminds me. I guess I have to actually finalize my DraftKings lineup. I've been resisting that.
Probably should. Jacksonville defense today. Playing them or not?
Yeah.
This from JD.
Yeah. I don't like them.
Against the Eagles?
Yeah. They're playable. They're my DraftKings defense because they're cheap as fuck, and I need them to be.
What, get a couple of turnovers? Because that's what you got to be leaning on.
That's about all you've got.
Yeah, because they're not, Philadelphia will be able to move the ball. So it's not like they're going to pitch a shutout or anything.
No. I'm not expecting them to pitch a shutout. Oh, no. I have more money than I thought I did. All right, bye, Jacksonville. I take that back. I'm not playing Jacksonville's defense now.
I'm not playing Jacksonville's defense either.
I found some savings. I went full Ingles. Low prices love the savings.
Yeah.
JT Money says FSU's doing their best water boy. Oh, no, we suck again.
Oh, no, we suck again.
Wake Forest isn't that bad. They're a top 25 team.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, no, we suck again.
Stop.
We suck again.
Only because you let yourself believe that you were dominant again.
I didn't let myself believe shit. I bet against us aggressively.
I just don't see how that game could turn you from, oh, we're back, or almost back, to, okay, we're done.
Oh, no, we suck again.
Exactly.
We suck again. I am playing the Jets defense today, by the way.
Is that the DraftKings chalk defense?
No, the chalk defense will be.
That's what JT
Green
Money
Bay.
wants
Green
to know.
Bay is going to be the chalk defense.
Yeah, and they're really fucking expensive.
Yeah, that's avoid. You don't need it. You don't need it. There's other places. They have. I don't understand this ownership. This makes no sense. The Jets defense 2,600 against Pittsburgh.
And Pittsburgh is poopy.
That's not bad at all.
No, I have a DraftKings lineup that I like a lot.
I'm curious what is your lineup of guys that we've talked you into that you're not playing today?
Oh,
these guys are good and I have them nowhere.
Oh, so you want a full DraftKings lineup of guys that I'm not playing anywhere?
Yeah, and I'll toss it in. I'll toss it in a quarter, 40K.
Okay. Let's put her together on the fly, shall we? Geno Smith with DK Metcalf. Well, I can't play DK because I have DK in places.
Okay.
Fuck. I gotta have somebody for Seattle to throw with DK, and it's not going to be Tyler Lockett. We'll go Will Dissly with Geno Smith. Ugh.
The disser.
Ugh. Let's see. Guys that I'm playing absolutely nowhere. Devin Singletary. Breece Hall. Damien Pierce. It's the three running backs. The defense. I know what I want to do, but I'm not going to do that. I'll make it too hard to build out a lineup. I'll throw in the Jaguars because I'm playing them literally nowhere.
Okay. 3 wide receivers. We got 7,400 per.
Three whiteys. Three whitey receivers. Michael Pittman Jr.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
And Drake London.
All right. That leaves $500 left.
It's fine.
If you didn't catch that, Smith, Breece Hall, Devin Singletary, and Damian Pierce, Stephon Diggs, Drake London, Michael Pittman Jr. with Will Dissly at tight end, and the Jags defense. I have entered it. We'll see what it does.
If that's the one that wins big for me, I'm going to be so pissed.
I don't know if you remember this, but last year you and I, between the two of us, flirted with the millionaire lineup like every week.
Oh yeah,
every week we were right there. We were right there, and between us, we had the guys to do it. We never fully capitalized on it. So I'm curious to see where it goes. I have a couple of I have too many lineups. I don't want to give out my total goods. I am still thinking that the Jags-Eagles game is going to be a shootout. Weather be damned.
Weather be damned. Good God. Daniel Hillman just sent me a screenshot of his team. Jesus Christ. His bench would beat most people. He's got Derek Carr, Antonio Gibson, Najee Harris, Adam Thielen, TJ Hawkinson, Jeff Wilson, and Tony Pollard on his bench.
Holy shit.
And I'll be honest with you, he shouldn't play any of them over the starters.
Who are the starters?
Lamar Jackson, both Jay Williamses, Stephon Diggs, A.J. Brown, Mark Andrews, Khalil Herbert, the Eagles, and Jason Sanders. Yeah, that's one of those teams that if you don't win, if you don't win your league, you should have like a seance or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you played Greg Joseph today, you're doing well at your kicker position. There's another field goal for the Minnesota Vikings, 16-7.
Man,
On my flash draft, by the way.
I'm so sad that I'm missing this game.
I finished 24th out of 291 in my flash draft.
By God.
Tank flash draft
shit.
is you draft per quarter on guys that are going to be going off. So you literally go into DraftKings flash draft, and the next one is for the fourth quarter, and then they give you a bunch of options.
Okay. I remember. I played that a couple of times last year. I won like $5 off of it and went, okay, I'm done.
It is easy way to get in on the early games without playing the stupid captain.
50 new subs today. Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Hey, great work, gents.
Biggest addition of new subscribers other than the NFL draft since we've been around. What up?
I'm going to take 33% of the credit for it. So
100%, as well you should. Actually, you should take slightly more than that because you and I were here from the jump.
Yes.
All right, Shamar Sam wants to know if he made a good trade or not. He traded Antonio Gibson for Drake London. I'd say, yeah, that's a pretty good trade.
Yeah, it's a great trade.
Especially if it's a dynasty.
Unless you're getting points per carry, it's a great it's a great trade.
100%. If you're in half point per carry, that would sway me a little bit. But
the amount of carries that Gibson gets is foolish.
And he wants to know which quarterback should he start, Jacoby Brissett or Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor
Lawrence against the Eagles, not Jacoby against the Falcons.
No.
I will re-reference the question of, is Marcus Mariota available in your league? Because if he is, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, that's my DraftKings quarterback. That's how confident I am in Mariota scoring points today. They do not have anybody that can get at him.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, baby. And Denzel Ward's going to be on Drake London, which means Kyle Pitts, he a dog.
John Land, Gabriel Davis in the rain or Jerry Jeudy?
Gabriel Davis. It's not raining that hard. At least I don't think it is.
Sky Empire says Njoku or Pitts? Pitts.
Pitts by a lot. I love Kyle Pitts today.
Slasher predicting that Trevor Lawrence is going to have a bad day.
I don't disagree. He could have a good fantasy day and a bad real life day. I could see him going full garbage time tutter.
So he could have a line of equal touchdowns to interceptions?
Yes.
I could see that happening.
I could see him going 2 tutties, 2 picks, 280.
Mm-hmm. Which will be a fine fantasy day, but that'll lose them the game.
Well, I don't think they win. I still think that he has an okay fantasy day.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think so too.
He is so cheap on DraftKings right now.
God, I keep looking at Daniel Hillman's team, which is literally half of my DraftKings lineup.
Yep.
Just enamored in love with that thing, aren't you?
It's just, that's pretty. Let's see. Owen Gergen? Please let me know if I said that correctly or not. Sorry if I wasn't here when you discussed Pitts and Njoku. I like both. Kyle Pitts is my favorite tight end of the day, and I don't really give a damn where it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking, and here's why. I'm looking at Cleveland going, you have nobody that can get after the quarterback. So Marcus Mariota is going to have all motherfucking day. And Drake London gets Denzel Ward. I don't love that. I feel like Kyle Pitts is going to have Grant Delpit on him enough that you could see him just go, hey, what's that big fucking thing coming at me? Oh, it's Kyle Pitts. Bye, Kyle. Bye, Kyle.
Bye-bye.
Stone Sports Podcast wants to know Jamal Williams or Khalil Herbert, who has the better day?
I have both. I have Khalil Herbert outscores Jamal Williams by like 1.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
Shamar Sam said instead of T-Law, he decided to stack Drake London and Marcus Mariota. I agree with you. Because here's the thing. They could decide to go Denzel Ward on Kyle Pitts, which then would mean I have the wrong receiver, and it should be Drake London. Because they're big old biggins. That's two big motherfuckers. And they have one corner that can deal with them.
I have Mariota in 2 lineups, and I have Pitts in 1. But I don't mind the Drake London play. Sorry, Mrs. Armchair had to bring me new coffee because we've been doing this. So
indeed,
I like the mug though. The mug's nice.
That's
dad
fuel.
fuel.
I had a ton of mugs. You guys got some mugs. You gotta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Check out the Check out the Armchair shop. Why don't you don't forget to.
Oh yeah, we have Asheville City Police cups and we have Armchair cups.
Wait,
you guys are covered.
Where the hell did that one come from?
Pitts over
That's an Armchair cup.
Oh, is this an Armchair cup? You aren't as star-spangled awesome as you think you are.
I think that one was addressed to me.
Probably.
That is, I did a debate with a friendly American who got really heated about the Miracle on Ice, and he told me that it was the better play, and I told him that he wasn't as star-spangled awesome as he thinks he is. I used some swears and decided to put it on a mug because that's what you do with merchandise.
Yes. Okay.
Love it.
That it was a better play. What do you mean by that?
I was debating. It's Light 'em Up. It's on Twitter Spaces. You can check them out. Shameless plug. And it was you choose which play was a better play, the Miracle on Ice or the golden goal, and I was arguing for the golden goal. This is hockey. This is over both of you right now.
Oh, absolutely, because I have no idea what the golden goal is.
That's the early 2000s Team Canada beat the U.S. on home soil in Vancouver. Sidney Crosby or Jerome McGinley to Sidney Crosby.
The Couve.
Yeah. America doesn't care about hockey like Canada does.
No.
Anyway, it led to a great one-liner, and that's the main point here.
Excellent. I like it.
I'm a huge fan of one-liners.
I've given you a few one-liners on this show.
Correct.
And they're good when Jeremy has to take a minute and catch his breath.
Correct. I don't laugh much. If you make me laugh, it's pretty fucking funny.
JT Money says Pitts over TJ Hawkinson.
Yes.
Khalil or A.J. Dillon or Brandon Cooks or Damien Pierce for your flex spot from Owen Gergen.
Pierce, then Herbert, then Dillon, then Cooks.
I would go Herbert, then Pierce, then Dillon, then Cooks.
Yep.
Khalil Herbert's going to, God bless, he's going to be chalky today. Oh, inactives are up. And I may have to throw out everything I said about Khalil Herbert.
Daniel Hillman wants to know if he should try to trade for Alvin Kamara or
Yes.
should you leave him alone?
Yes. Because whoever has him is going to be ready to give him up for a bag of wieners.
I'm all in on Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
And if you subscribe to the House of Reprehensibles and you're part of the Patreon, you would know why, because Jeremy's got his draft rankings and why you should be all in on Alvin Kamara.
Next week, I'm overhauling the Patreon. Not going to lie, I saw somebody else's who has done really, really well. So if you have ever wanted to have a co-manager of your team that you have a Discord with, that can be me for the low, low price of just $9.99.
Rob Johnson says, Tank, how worried are you about Georgia? Do they drop in the rankings this week? No doubt we drop in the rankings. We should be 3 behind Ohio State.
No doubt.
And I'm very worried.
Because both those teams would gulf at you right now.
No doubt. No doubt. Offensive line looks horrible. There's no protection there. Stetson Bennett's dropping the ball, and we played Kent State and Missouri in the last 2 weeks. It's not pretty. It's not pretty right now.
I'm looking at the initial inactives, and nothing is really moving me.
King Tut says half PPR Reynolds for upside or Garrett Wilson. I'd go Wilson.
Garrett Wilson, yeah.
Zay Jones is inactive, according to Justin Parton. That's from Justin Parton.
I haven't seen the Jaguars inactive yet. Let's go to the old Twitter box, shall we?
So more targets for Christian Kirk today. Yep. He was going to get full load of targets anyway.
Zay Jones is inactive.
Oh,
Indeed. That changes some shit.
That sure does.
Ugh.
And if you had Latavius Murray for a touchdown, congratulations. Saints are on the board. 2-point game.
Ronnie Stanley's inactive too.
Which is never a good thing.
Nope.
Never a good thing. So
No, because that means Daniel Falele is going to be playing left tackle, I think. Because I think Macari's down too.
Yeah, he left the game last week, so I haven't heard an update on him throughout the week, but
Macari's down too, so that means you're going to have Daniel Falele against Von Miller.
Getting his ass chewed.
Good fucking luck with that. Oh, yikes.
Gross.
Yeah. So that takes a hit for JK for me.
Twitter is currently having a lot of fun with Justin Jefferson.
Why? Because
they're poking him. They're poking him with a stick, in spite of the fact that he has almost half of the Vikings yards.
I mean, he's got 6 catches for 83 yards.
Well, I mean, there's barely been 400 total yards in this game between both teams. The leading rusher right now for the Saints is Latavius Murray.
Gross.
God, I'm glad I have not seen one play of this. Besides the Gamecast on my screen.
Indeed.
Don't need to see the game to win money on the game.
Latavius Murray. I told you I thought I saw where they had picked him up.
I hadn't seen it. Mainly because I didn't care.
And now he's scoring touchdowns.
He's a running back for the Saints not named Alvin Kamara, which means he's completely irrelevant to me.
Is Cardinals-Panthers going to be the blowout today? Is that going to be the shootout?
A fun story on that. To me, I don't physically see how anybody is looking at that game going, I'm all in on the Panthers. Dinged up Christian McCaffrey. It's a 4:00 game anyway. But the line stinks to high holy hell.
Mm-hmm.
It stinks to high hell, and I cannot figure out. That's one of the two games. Browns-Falcons, Cardinals-Panthers. I cannot for the life of me figure out why these lines are where they are.
I don't get it.
But yes, I do. I mean, I think the Cardinals are going to smoke them.
I don't know about smoke them, but I think it's no doubt they beat them.
Lisa asked me if I'm out on the Ravens since Ronnie's out. She has the Bills winning. I'm catching 3 at home with the Ravens. I don't quite know what that Bills defense is going to look like. Now, I will say they're going to heat up Lamar. They're going to heat up Lamar early and often.
Mm-hmm.
But that reminds me, I need to see who the Bills inactives are.
Oh my!
I'm sticking with the Ravens plus the 3. But I wouldn't be shocked if they covered and still lost.
Yeah, I think that game's going to be a shootout, and it's a coin flip.
Jordan Poyer is up today for the Bills.
Lions-Seahawks shootout.
Oh, I could absolutely say it's 2 god-awful defenses. I have a good number of shares of that game.
But with the lack of weapons for Detroit, I mean, they won't. Would they be able to hang if it gets into shootout territory?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Big day for Quintez Cephas, apparently. Last one from Stone Sports Podcast, Njoku or Conklin for daily?
Conklin. Njoku.
I don't know. It might be Njoku.
Njoku. You could see a decent amount of Minka on Conklin.
JT says Gabe Davis is still out.
I am not seeing that.
Has he been ruled out?
He is not on the inactives, I can tell you that.
He was questionable for the game, I know.
Everything I'm seeing is saying he's up.
Shamar Sam says most boring game of the week is going to be Pats and the Packers. I'll disagree.
Oh, no doubt. That will be awful.
I'll disagree. If you like to watch the Patriots get their shit pushed in, then it's going to be a fun game for you.
Which I do.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, that is something that I'm a great big fan of.
Yeah. No, I think the most boring action is going on right now, and we can't see it. And I've never been more happy not to be able to watch a football game.
For two guys who are fans of some pretty shit franchises, you guys talk a lot of shit today.
He's not wrong.
We talk shit about everybody.
He's not wrong.
No, listen, the Patriots are. I want them to blow it up. I'm pretty tired of it right now. I don't know what they're doing, and they will get beat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that there's a Brian Hoyer season. God damn it! Like, I saw someone jokingly say, "Let's go get Cam Newton," and I was like, "Shut your dirty mouth."
Oh yeah, somebody
right
circulated an article from one of the fan blogs today of somebody offered Cam Newton in the offseason and he turned it down. Explain yourself. Please tell me who that was. Please tell me what team reached out to Cam Newton and made him an offer and Cam was like, "Nah."
The Toronto Argonauts.
Right.
Nope, they wouldn't have done it.
The New England Patriots, after they watch Brian Hoyer play football today, they're gonna look at Cam Newton.
I like you, and I want you. And we can do it the easy way or the hard way. So the choice is yours.
Choice is yours. I'm a warrior.
So
Let that be known.
So he can stare at the screen and go, "I'm back," and then be god awful the rest of the season.
And then he was on his back. It's changed the words a little bit. JT Money said there should have been a question mark at the end of that Gabe Davis.
I don't see Gabe Davis as out.
He's not out. He's
Benford, Kumerow,
Jake Kumerow,
Phillips, and Tommy Sweeney.
Daniel Hillman says, should I try to trade for Waddle or Kamara?
Waddle's going to be very expensive, so I'm going to say no on Waddle. I'm all in on Kamara.
Yeah, trade for Kamara.
Here's the thing. His value's never going to be lower.
No, and you want – I mean, I don't think Tua's going to be back for several weeks. And then I don't know if I like him after he comes back. At least not as much as I did anyway. I think that he was, turning a corner. So I would be pulling back on Jalen Waddle and go down the Alvin Kamara path.
And a good offer right now for Kamara. I would try to go some combo of like James Conner or Edwards-Helaire or Miles Sanders, Ezekiel Elliott, and then a receiver. And that falls in that Ayuk, Rashad Bateman, DJ Moore, Brandon Cooks tier. They'll see it as 2 for 1 and getting rid of a headache in many places.
Do you see Jamal Williams got Hingle McCringle buried? The league has fined him $13,000 for the hip thrusting in the touchdown last week.
Yes, I did.
Like, come on.
You're allowed 2.
Yeah, exactly. You're only allowed 2. Don't do the last one.
Don't do that third.
Don't do it again.
That's that third one that makes it nefarious.
God, that was such a good skit.
That was a great skit.
Chris D said the Patriots should tank for Kayshon Boutte.
Prison booty. Booty was more important than food. Booty, a man's butt.
But my question becomes, do they have to?
No.
They don't have to. They're going to be picking high anyway. I mean, not like 3 or 4. I mean, possibly. He could be.
100%.
You forget.
Oh, Daniel Hillman said, you've seen my team. Who should I offer for Kamara? That's a hell of a question. Let me go back and look at that. No, you don't have to.
Mm-mm.
Not for Kayshon Boutte.
Rob Johnson says,
we don't know how to draft, Tank. We don't know how to draft. So it doesn't matter who we pick.
That's true.
Although Cole Strange's been good.
He has.
You just could have got him 2 rounds later.
Yeah.
Rob Johnson says, do I play Tony Pollard over J.K. Dobbins now with Ronnie Stanley being out? I would say yes. I'd take that shot.
I don't know. I feel like they're going to have to run to keep Von Miller off of Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
they're going to heat him up like a fucking cake of cornbread if they're not careful. But first of all, you got to understand, Baltimore's only going to have 7 linemen up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, and one of them's Daniel Falele, who's going to be playing left tackle. You want to take a stab at how many snaps he's had at left tackle in Baltimore?
6.
How many he had last week? That's it. So, to answer a previous question from Daniel Hillman of who should offer for Kamara, I would either offer Najee Harris straight up, or I would go Antonio Gibson, Adam Thielen. That would be my strategy.
I'd probably do both of those deals if I was on the other end of it. So, yeah, not bad. Not bad advice there. Top 10 pick for the Patriots this year, fire Pat Matricia, says JD. I don't disagree.
Oh, no doubt. Hey, maybe let Mack call plays today. He's not doing shit else.
Pennywise, Jeremy, why do you think that the Washington Commanders are so bad?
Oh, I'll give you 2 names, Jack Del Rio and Jamin Davis. Jamin Davis may be the worst first-round pick I've ever seen. I had a 5th-round grade on him, and I think I was being nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Tank will vouch for that. I screamed it all year long. What the fuck are people seeing in this guy? I cannot figure it out.
Mm-hmm. And you laughed harder when the Washington Commanders took him in the first round than you did when Clyde Edwards-Helaire got drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs.
And I laughed at that until I almost peed my pants.
Mm-hmm.
That's the closest I've ever come to urinating on camera. Except that one time in college because somebody paid me $100.
Would you trade Joe Mixon for Alvin Kamara straight up?
I got nothing on that. I didn't hear what you said. I was too busy making a weird OnlyFans joke.
Chris D wants to know, would you trade Joe Mixon for Alvin Kamara straight up?
Hell no. Oh, you want to hear the list of running backs that are getting more touches per week than Joe Mixon?
Yeah.
You want to hear it again?
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, look, he ain't been good. I get it. I have him in a league that is 0.5 point per carry. And he has somehow, as shitty as he has been, is the 4th highest scorer in that league.
Shamar says he might start Mike Williams over Gabe Davis low-key because Keenan Allen's not playing.
I would start Mike Williams over Gabe Davis anyway.
That's what I was saying.
Because he's going to get Derek Stingley. Daryl and Derek Stingley, 2 very different people.
Very different.
And one of them is the one that's going to get deep roasted by Mike Williams all motherfucking day.
Daryl Stingley is the one deep roasting your peanuts on the side of the road.
There's a reason I tell the jokes.
Oh, stop it.
We each have a role here. Jokes is mine.
I offered Cam Akers for Alvin Kamara. Let's see what happens. No.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I got news for you.
I won't even respond. I'll let that sit there forever.
Yeah. If whoever has Alvin Kamara accepts Cam Akers for him, it's because Alvin Kamara may have slid some D to his wife, and he's that out. You would have to be super over it.
That's a trade response that gets just a gif of somebody laughing.
It would get. I have been known to take pictures of myself and send those as responses, and that would be one of those where I just full Craig from South Park.
Or you can respond the way I did when I got a stupid trade offer this week. Are you drinking already? Because I think you are.
And I told you, of fucking course I am.
Oh, another field goal for Greg Joseph.
Fate, good God. Come on, New Orleans. Let's cover this, man. Let's make me a winner to start the week.
Your showdown captain should have been the fucking kicker. They don't even do that, do they?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You play kickers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely, and you should.
Oh, no doubt.
Because it is cheap.
It's cheap, and they're easy points.
Yep.
All right. Coming up on the witching hour, as Red Zone likes to call it, Scott Hansen.
I like to call him Scott Hansen.
Get your final questions in for the fantasy day. Before we sign off here, we will be hanging out at 51 North Merriman Avenue at the Village Porch in Reynolds Village, as we do each and every Sunday afternoon for the games. you're welcome to come on down and join us. They have a fine selection of brews and liquors, and the chicken wings are phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. If you're a fan of actual traditional buffalo-style chicken wings, theirs are tremendous. I had some last night. Very tasty. And cauliflower wings. Don't know if you've ever had a cauliflower wing.
I have.
No, have not.
So good.
You should get some of those today and let me try one.
It's deep-fried cauliflower. It's just fucking delicious.
Glenn Hopper's got Jeremy, your boy Hall is killing me. I want to start him, but I don't know if I should start him over Hunt or A.J. Dillon.
Hunt, yes. A.J. Dillon, probably.
His answer is going to be yes.
It's Brees all day.
I do think this is going to be a Brees all day.
Thank God. Thank God Red Zone's not going to be cutting in with Mike Judge updates. And yes, I'm calling him Mike Judge from now on.
Down.
Honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Look, and I can say this because we're not on ESPN, so I can't lambast ESPN on ESPN. I don't care that you have the media rights. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. I pulled the analytics on it. Should we talk about it? No.
I'm a baseball fan, and I don't care.
Nope.
I don't want to. If I'm watching football, I want to watch football.
By the way, if you really like good Jeremy rants, I'm gonna have a good baseball rant tomorrow.
Oh, good.
I've been saving it, hoping this motherfucker would finally hit 62. And now I'm to the point. I don't care if he does or not. I don't care. I'm going to crush you at 5:52 tomorrow.
Armchair, as a baseball fan, though, would you care if he was chasing the actual record?
Yes.
If he was going after 74, that's me.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about the New York Yankees season record for home runs because that's what he's chasing down.
It's the American League record. They
Exactly.
keep talking about it like it's some big deal. Honestly, good for him, MVP of the season, but I don't need to see every at-bat. It's not Barry Bonds. It's not appointment watching.
Yep, nobody gives a fuck.
No, he's striking the fuck out, and you're interrupting my football. Go back to the football and shut the fuck up.
Tal asked if HWA is making an appearance today. Yes, her team is playing my team, so she will be there in Steeler garb. Probably willfully pissing me off. Probably poking me aggressively as her team beats mine. No, I don't think that's going to happen, but I've been Charlie Brown enough times by my football team.
Shamar, he asked a question here, and I want to throw this out. If you have never heard Jeremy say this before, it's anybody but James Conner. He says James Conner or A.J. Dillon.
If it was Dillon by a mile with a bullet.
Yeah, if it was Jeffrey Dahmer or James Conner.
You should cut James Conner right now for Rico Dowdle.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far because somebody's going to be desperate enough in your league to trade for him.
Sure, maybe so.
Somebody somewhere will be desperate enough. I fell asleep during a draft and wound up with James Conner, and I have offered him for fucking everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen
and nobody will take it.
I literally just saw one of the Jeffrey Dahmer memes. And it says, I told you we're going to watch Aaron Judge strike out, then you can watch your game.
Yeah, I saw that one as well. It's great.
That's hilarious.
It's so great. I also like the one with the picture of the dad in bed with the mom from Step Brothers, and it says, "I told you no power tools." And then it's got the picture of Jeffrey Dahmer just making that face like, "Oh." It's gross.
Yeah,
stop letting that man have kids.
Yeah, don't do that. Trade Connor for the expired pork chops in Dahmer's fridge. There were no pork chops. I don't. There were never pork chops.
The chops in the fridge, they go down much easier than James Conner.
There were no pork chops in that fridge ever.
No.
All right. Seeing no further questions from the group, we appreciate everybody joining us here in the Fantasy Game Time Decisions. We will have an extended version for you yet again next week.
And hopefully we can break our record of 50 new subs.
Yeah.
50 new subs in a day. Good work, everyone.
Oh, real quick, Alex S. asking Scary Terry or Deontay Johnson.
Terry McLaurin. Don't like Deontay Johnson at all today.
Yep, full sweep on McLaurin there. We'll be down at the Village Porch, 51 North Merriman Avenue in Reynolds Village. Yeah, you got to go up into the subdivision
Yeah.
To find it. It's not that hard to find. Parking, not a problem. Great food, decent prices.
Oh, yeah.
What else can we say about it? Great atmosphere. And here's the thing. The Saints have already played, so the Saints fans will be gone. So you don't have to worry about that.
This will be the most team-neutral bar in the history of time.
Yeah, because they do have the Saints Club that meets there, but they're not that bad, I don't think.
No, not at all.
I mean, Kevin Vick last week, obviously being a Carolina Panthers fan, said, I can't go there because it's a Saints bar. But they're not unruly Saints people.
Oh, no, and it's not a Saints bar either because that's actually not affiliated. They just show up there because they like the food.
Oh, okay.
It's like 10 of them.
Well, they do show up.
And they're very kind.
And they hang their flag. So.
Oh, yeah. And they're very kind. One of them bought me a beer last week. I still don't actually know why, but.
Even talking shit about their team. They're nice. So.
No, that I think that actually was it. The dude listened to the show, and he's like, you're one of the only people I've heard be nice about my team. And I went, so this is what it feels like.
Nice. Because
usually people are like, fuck you. You have talked shit about my team, and now I hope you get hit by a car.
Right. All right, good luck to you all today in your fantasy endeavors, DFS, season-long, and the like.
Dave, give out that banger DFS lineup one more time. Or if you want to give out one of your own.
I don't want to give. I'm not giving out all my own.
That's it. Hey, all right. I get it.
We have Geno Smith at quarterback, Breece Hall, Devin Singletary, Damien Pierce, Will Dissly at tight end, Stephon Diggs, Drake London, Michael Pittman Jr., and the Jags D.
That's the lineup that you were taking a squirt or a coffee or something.
Yeah.
That was my DFS lineup of players that I would love to have somewhere, but across all of my lineup, none. No, I have none of them anywhere. And I wanted to play DK Metcalf with Geno, but that's the reason I saw your face with Will Dissly.
I was just trying to figure out.
I had to have somebody that I hadn't played anywhere else.
Okay. All right. Context matters in those cases, so I appreciate you explaining it to me.
Same time. Hillman's asking what time next week. Same time next week.
Yeah, I think next week we'll be in the same time frame. Armchair and I'll start at 8:30. Tank will come swooning in. Tank lives drastically further from the studio than I do. Literally, I live around the corner. So all I had to do was, knock the cobwebs off, take a little shower, get the old hair wet, get down here, have a domestic light with a honey bun, which I did. America.
And the Saints have taken the lead late in the fourth quarter, or midway through the fourth quarter, with a Taysom Hill touchdown. 20-19 is the score. Saints over the Vikings.
They kicked the PAT?
London. I have not seen it. No, this is just on the score.
You got to go for two.
On the tracker here.
You got to go for two, and here's the thing. If they convert two, it makes it much more difficult for me to lose.
Touchdown was the last play, so the PAT is coming in that game.
Makes it much more difficult for Jeremy to lose if you convert this 2-point conversion because it was Saints +4.
DFS link in the description of the video, so be sure to get in on the battle for the belt with us.
Even if you haven't played in the first 3 weeks, all you got to do is win a week. And frankly, you can average out. You can do all the things. It's a lot. It is a fun contest. We've already got 3 finalists. It's a good old time.
2-point conversion is good. Andy Dalton to Jarvis Landry, so it's a 22-19 game. New Orleans Saints over the Minnesota Vikings. 9:29 to go in the fourth quarter.
Daniel Hillman said, "Thanks, guys. First time y'all made a lifetime fan here. We appreciate you. Trust me, this has been a fun little endeavor. We did this last year, and it is shocking how many more people have shown up this year. It really makes us feel like we're, accomplishing something. Because at this point, we're legitimately working 6 days a week. I'm getting ready to work 7 days a week with from my house.
Oh, with the college
mullet cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do the Pat McAfee thing, but we're going to do it right. All right. There's going to be beers, domestic lights, heaters, all the shit.
Nice.
And boobs.
Boobs. Where are you finding boobs?
Have you ever met my wife?
She's not going to show her boobs.
I didn't say she was going to show them. We actually will have.
Oh, there'll just be boobs on set.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
She's a lot more fun to look at than us.
How are you going to show boobs?
Oh, she's not showing. But,
okay, all
She's going to punch you right in the head when she sees you this afternoon.
Why? You said boobs and I thought naked boobs. Why? I'm a man.
Because here's the thing. When I tell this story, I'm going to leave out a part.
I'm going to leave out that part. Tank said you should show your boobs, and that'll help us get subscribers.
Right, Jeremy, that boy ain't right.
I'm your boy.
All right, we will sign off here. See you next week. David Smith, Armchair Commentary. Be sure to check out his podcast and all the things going on there. We always have a good time with you, David, and we're all glad that your power's back on. Everything's copacetic.
Yeah, and we'll be doing a fantasy show on Tuesday. Yes.
Fantasy show on Tuesday, and of course we will be with you at 3:00 on Monday afternoon. So tomorrow afternoon. As we will break down all of the action from the weekend, college and pro.
We'll see.